So, let's say that you're looking for a wife, right?
Yes.
And the wife wants to marry you, but before she marries you, she's going to send another woman who she knows you can't resist.
Yeah.
There's something inside you that will just make you want this other woman.
Okay.
Would you still want to marry your wife after knowing that she made a test for you that was so difficult to pass?
Yes, because you're gonna be loyal. There's something called loyalty.
No. The whole point is that you have no control. You will give in because it's irresistible to you.
But who
It's
told you
within
that?
you.
That's not in everyone's scenario. That's just you falling into your temptations. No, she didn't. She the person that
No,
gave you
she
scenario. She's never said she tricked you. She said she tested you.
no.
Okay, go marry a person 5 times a
Yes,
day.
yes. If they had enough money, I would. But this is not
But
about
then
me.
that's just greediness. Then
Yes, if like vessel of dishonor, we were created for dishonor, right?
no,
The Bible says this. The Bible
I'm
says
not
that
Christian.
no, I know, but we're talking about Christianity, whatever. But the Bible creates. So do you believe in predestination?
Could you explain? Because there's multiple different
No,
definitions
there's
for it.
only one definition of
Okay, then tell me what you
predestination,
what's your
right?
interpretation.
Right? Do you believe that God predestined things? Do you believe that He planned some things?
That God plans something. He only plans what's good for you, not what's bad for you.
Okay, okay. Well, but how can that be? That can't
What do
be,
you, how?
right?
What do you
So,
mean
are
that
you
can't be?
saying you're
Yeah.
saying that God is only responsible for the good things, and the bad things are the fault of who?
You, because you're being tested, like I said.
Okay,
By who? Who is
but
You're
by
testing?
being tested
who?
by
Who is
you're
testing
by
us?
God. You're being tested by God.
So God only made good things. He didn't make bad stuff.
The bad things came from human.
What God is doing the testing? Hey, girl, walk. What God is
My
doing the
for
testing?
me is Allah, God one.
Oh,
Okay.
Allah. It's Allah. Okay,
Oh.
okay. Allah is the one doing the testing. Yeah. Does Allah test everyone or just some people?
He tests everyone. Why would if he made you, if he
He
told
doesn't
you,
test me.
if he wanted
Allah
you to come
doesn't
into
test
life, why
me.
would he not test you?
I'm not Muslim. He doesn't test me.
So
But
what?
he
What?
told you
What
that. He
does?
told you that.
I'm American. I wasn't born in. I'm not Muslim. God doesn't test me. Allah doesn't test
He
me.
told you that. He told you that.
But
What
she
you mean? Who
knows
told me
that.
that?
But she
Are
knows
you
that.
okay?
She
What do you
How do
mean?
you
knows.
Who
know
told
that?
me that?
Because you don't know if you might
No.
even die tomorrow, but you don't know that.
Listen. Allah does not test me because I am not Muslim. Are you Christian? Does God
No,
test you? Are you Christian?
I'm not Christian. No,
You are.
no, I'm not.
Oh, how do you know that? How do you know you're not Christian?
Because I can share the shahada right now. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan
That
Rasulullah.
doesn't mean you're not Christian. You asked me how I know that Allah doesn't test
How
me
do you
because
become
I'm not
Christian?
Muslim.
You get
Because
baptized,
I'm
correct?
not Muslim. I know that
You,
I'm not. I know that Allah doesn't test me for the same reason why you know you're not Christian.
that doesn't correlate it.
What? So are you saying that you know you're not Christian, but I don't know that I'm not Muslim? Is that what you're saying?
I just believe that you're ignorant.
Ignorance?
What?
Mm.
What do you mean ignorant? I mean, okay, so let me ask you, people that are gay, did Allah create them? Did Allah create people who identify as being gay?
Yes, he created everyone.
Okay, so he created gay people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if he created gay people, um, so that means that they're okay to be their gay selves and marry a same-sex person. Yes,
He created you, but he didn't. But you, that's what you done.
that's what.
That's what the person chose to do.
No,
No, that
he
is no.
created them gay. They're gay. They're just gay.
No one is born gay. They only choose to do that.
So you mean being gay is a choice?
Yes.
Did you choose to be heterosexual?
What?
Did you choose to be heterosexual?
No, I'm straight.
Yes, I know. Did you choose to be straight?
No, because that's my purpose. Yeah. There's nothing. That's the purpose of a human.
Being straight is your purpose.
Yeah, because a man doesn't make sense going with another man because you can't reproduce with the man.
Wait, hold on. Let me see if I understand this. So being straight is a purpose. According to who? I mean, where do you get this purpose from? Straight purpose. Hello. Oh, is this the straight purpose agenda? Okay. Right. Where do you get your straight purpose from? A straight purpose.
Ben, are you there?
A straight purpose. Oh yeah?
Just before Hussein responds, Hussein did say that that Allah created everyone. He admitted that Allah created everyone, then backtracked and said that basically Allah did not make anyone gay, that being gay is a choice. That one is fallacious. Just call him on that.
Wait. It's a purpose for him to be straight. Oh yeah? The straight purpose. Me love it. I don't think I don't know where he is. But anyway, we got Mr. Eddie. Hey, Mr. Eddie. Mr. Eddie?
Hey, hey, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mr. Eddie. And how are you today?
I'm doing well. How you all doing?
Good. And everyone on YouTube, I see you, Gail. Reginald, I see you as well. Reginald, Gil Christ. Logan Fisher, hello. Right. Oh, all right, Mr. Eddie. So make Africa gay again. What say you?
Well, I'm not against anybody choosing their sexuality. I've got friends and family who decide to choose whatever sexuality they want. But in my personal assertion, uh, I would rather have people being straight than being gay or LGBTQ and stuff. Reason is because the world needs to reproduce.
The world needs to reproduce.
Yeah, we need to reproduce, right?
Why do we need to reproduce?
Okay. We need to reproduce because if we don't reproduce, I believe that the world is going to go extinct.
So if we're not producing, the world is going to go extinct.
Yes, of course.
How long? Okay, so let's say we stop reproducing now. We
Yes.
stop reproducing now. How long do
Yes.
you think it would take for the world to go extinct?
I think about
Because
a hundred.
think about it. In Nigeria alone, right now, there's about 200 and something million people in Nigeria
Yeah.
right now, right?
Yep.
Nigeria now has the population in Nigeria. In fact, people should not be reproducing anymore at this rate.
Okay.
At this rate, people should not even be reproducing. So, how
Okay.
long do you reckon it would take for the world to for us to go extinct if we stop reproducing?
Let's say that the youngest person in the world right now is a day old. All right.
Mm-hmm.
By the age of let's say by the age of
What's that
100.
noise? What's that noise?
Oh, sorry. I think I have. There's a mosque. There's a mosque behind me. So I
Okay,
think they are just up for prayers. I'm sorry about that.
okay.
So at the age of 100, I don't think anybody will be capable of reproducing, both male and female. So from now to the next 100 years, there won't be any humans on Earth again.
So do you think that people being gay just automatically stops people from reproducing?
I don't know.
I don't know why. I don't know why we relate the LGBTQ and reproduction. I don't know what's. Oh man, that noise is bothering me. My goodness. Why do we relate people being LGBTQ and reproduction? For goodness sake, people
Can I answer that?
gay people have babies.
Can I answer
Can you
that?
mute yourself for a minute?
Mute,
My
Afro Talk.
goodness.
And then you unmute when you respond, please.
That noise, sorry about that. I muted you. My goodness. Yeah. Can't do that noise.
I just put some quick thing, my love. I really got to run to work. I just want to say this one quick thing.
Bash, go on.
First and foremost, hey, how are you?
I am good, thank you. And you?
I'm very well. Here's the thing. We aren't straight because we are purposed to be straight, and we are not straight so that we can have babies, right? We are straight because we're attracted to people of opposite genders, which is fine. But not every straight person has children. Not every gay person doesn't. Okay, let's stop being silly. Not all straight people are gonna have kids. Not all gay people are not gonna have kids. Okay, but we don't have any. We didn't choose to be straight. I didn't wake up one morning and go to some mart and decide, I think straight fits me best. I think I'll pick straight. You didn't pick being straight, right? It is just your natural inclination. Okay, all right.
But Bash, if that's the case, if there are choices to be made here, then that means that what's his name? The gentleman was given an option to be gay or to be straight.
Right.
And he chose to be straight.
Right. And that just wasn't the case. You didn't choose straight life. You have an inclination, right? It wasn't anything you chose. And gay people didn't choose to be gay. It's just the way they are. Right. And okay, so we can stop doing these fallacious things. Gay people are gay because they're gay. And as much as you are straight because you're straight. And you are not straight to have children.
Yeah.
Right? When the first day you woke up and found yourself attracted to a woman, or vice versa, or however that worked, you didn't say, "Oh, I'm only doing this for the kids." Of course you didn't, right? That's not why you did that. You're not attracted to women for the children. That's not why you're attracted to them. Okay, all right. So we can stop telling that lie to each other. We don't have to do that. Now, it may be one of the many benefits that you see in your heterosexuality. You may say, "Man, I really like the fact that my relationship could lead to children without in vitro fertilization." It could, but it might not. Right? Okay. All right. So let's stop with the shit and let's tell the truth. You like girls because you like girls. Right? It's just that simple. You like girls because you like girls. Otherwise, you're saying, "I don't really like girls. I like babies." Right? Or, "I don't really like girls. It was just purpose for me to be this way. Someone made me straight." Nah, that's not why you're straight. Straight because you like girls. Right? Right? And that's much better that way, isn't it? Isn't it? It's much better that you just have an inclination towards women. No one made you straight. Otherwise, you'd be saying that you're straight against your will. And you're not doing it for the kids. Otherwise, you'd be saying, "I'm only doing it for the kids." That's not why you're straight, though. Right? So let's take that piece of the conversation off, that we might have fruitful and honest conversation, guys. Otherwise, we're making boys look like jackasses. And I don't like that. All right. Bye-bye.
Right, Bash, thank you.
Yes. I 100% disagree.
You disagree?
Yes, 100%.
Hold on, before we get to you, we had the Obasiari. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, please go on.
Okay, well, I think being straight is a normal way of life. You understand? Because
A normal
Where are they
way of
way
life.
of life? Yeah,
Okay, so that means
that's the
that
ideal way
means
of life.
there's a normal way, and then there is the abnormal way.
There's a normal and there's an abnormal
According
in
to who?
everything.
According to who?
What do you mean according to who? How were you born?
Who's according
Were you
to
born by a
who?
man? Did a man give
According,
birth to you?
a woman gave birth to me.
Very good. So that's a normal way of life.
Also, a normal way of life.
Yeah, it's
We are
been like
talking
that
about
since generation.
sexuality. We're talking about sexuality.
What do you mean by sexuality? Is it different from gender?
Yes, yes.
How is it different from gender?
These are two different things.
What's different between the sex and gender?
Elijah, are you there, Elijah? You think you can explain?
Yes, I am. Sorry. I can explain. The difference between sex and gender is that sex is binary and it's something that you're born with, male or female, and gender is a social construct. Do you
mean by
understand?
binary and social construct? What do you mean by binary and social construct?
Okay, sorry. Sex is binary, as in when you are born, you are either observed male or observed female. You are assigned male or female at birth.
And I
But
debunked this.
gender is a
Assigned
social
that.
construct. Pardon?
Okay. You said you are assigned that, assigned male or assigned female by who? Who assigned that? Did
The
they just see you?
society,
Did
the
you?
government.
Okay. Why did the hospital call you male or call her female?
Because you presented with male genitalia, with male sexual gametes as well.
And you're very much aware that is male genitalia and that is female whatever. You're very much aware, right? So why do you have them if you're not male, and why do you have them if you're not female?
Because biology does not determine whether someone will become a man or a woman. A
So
man
what
is
does biology determine?
a man is not defined by his genitalia. Neither is a woman.
Tell me what is a man? What is a man then?
Sorry, Elijah, can I just ask a quick question, please? Sorry to interject. Obisari, what about people who are born with both organs, male and female? Where do they fall?
Which one works most?
What?
Which of the organs works most? Which of the organs is more efficient? Is it the male organ or the female organ?
How do you
can be
determine
born.
that?
You can be. You cannot be born with a female genital and a male genital, and both of them function at the same frequency.
Okay,
One must be less dominant, and the other must be dominant. So which one works most?
Hold on, 1 second, 1 second.
I give up.
I'm sorry, I just received a violation thingy from TikTok. Something that he said. I don't know what he said. Yeah. They've a violation by him. I don't know. That was wild though. Please, guys, let's keep things coded, right? Because
sorry, Afra, I need to do a PSA because this has been happening all day. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Afra. It's live. We are this live.
No, hold on. Sorry. Obaseri, you would have received the very same notification that I got. You would have received the exact same notification.
And it's from TikTok.
Yes, as soon as I received it, you received it. So Obaseri, please do not lie. Please do not lie. Nobody is scared of you. Nobody is scared of you.
Get an education while you're down there. Jeez.
Sorry, can I just finish the PSA just to protect your life? This live is for educational and entertainment purposes only. We do not tolerate any hate speech, bullying, or anything of the sort. And if you want to get your wares and goods, please buy them in a TikTok shop. Can everybody please write F1 in the chat? F1 in the chat, and we tap the screen and share the live as well. And let's resume the beautiful general conversation.
Yes, hello.
Oh, and before you go on, just 1 second, Ye. For those of you who don't know my friend Elijah, I'm very, very proud of that man, right? A Nigerian. He's living his life. He's out and proud gay man. and he owns his sexuality. He owns who he is. He makes no apologies at all about the person that he is, and he is standing up for the rights of the LGBTQ and women's rights, and people that are marginalized. And so yes, I just want to give um, um, Elijah his flowers, and it's because of people like him. That's why these conversations I will continue to have, because of people like him, right? So yes, that's Elijah. If you like this sort of conversations, please go follow Elijah. Elijah does great work when it comes to this particular subject. So yeah, thank you, Elijah.
And thank you, Afra. And again, please, everybody follow the host, follow Afra as well. She's an inspiration to me as well. She challenges religious fanatics. She advocates for the LGBTQ as an ally, and she doesn't have to. And us members of the LGBTQ would not be anywhere in life without our allies who stand up and vigorously fight for us. Thank you again, Afra.
Hold on. For you, Kelechi, in the chat, you're saying let him go to Nigeria and talk about it. Yes, he can go to Nigeria and go and talk about it, and nothing will happen to him. The law over there, right, till today, nobody has been tried under that law that has been created in Nigeria. So, excuse me, gay people are there, they're in Nigeria. Are you okay, Kelechi? Be like say, they see wetin they happen. Every day, more and more gay people they show. Every day, more and more gay people, they see them. They did there for Nigeria, nothing you can do. Till today, the law that they have put in Nigeria, nobody has been tried. Very soon they will scrap that law because it's just a useless law. Very useless. Useless law. Should never have come into place to begin with. Anyway, please go on.
Yes, there are two arguments I want to argue for. The first argument is
Hey,
Elijah said,
Pandemus. Sorry, go on.
yes, Elijah said that gender was a social construct. Gender is not a social construct, but gender is the name of the sex, so the biological part. You brought up intersex, but intersex is only a malfunction. For example, when I ask a person how many arms a human has, he will say 2 arms. But there are some humans that are born with 1 arm, but we still consider them as humans, right? So gender is not a social construct. I can debunk this with one question. So I'm gonna ask you, Elijah, what is a woman?
Okay. Before I answer your question of what is a woman, I just need to respond to what you said about gender being a social construct. Again, the reason for your confusion, and I don't know how well read you are, but the reason for your confusion is because dating back to history, there has been incorrect, how do I put this? Incorrect documentation of what gender as a social contract is. If you go back to the Torah, there are the 8 genders of the Talmud, where they use the language of binary sex as well as gender synonymously, but they even depict within those particular 8 genders of the Talmud intersex male, intersex female, transgender male, and transgender females within those 8 genders, even recognized in the Torah. Now, you've asked me, what is a woman? A woman is someone who innately identifies as one. They've got the neural neurochemistry as well as the brain chemistry of what you would call a female. Brain scans have also proven that time and time again that when it comes to transgender women and cis women, they share biological common similarities. And I would actually like to introduce the friend on the panel, Reverend CSS. He can speak better to the biology about it than I can. Phil, hello.
Hi, Elijah.
Guys, before you go on, guys, please tap on your screens. And if you're watching on YouTube, can you please give me a thumbs up? Give the stream a thumbs up, right? Tap, tap, tap. And the live goal as well. I've got the live goal, only 30 roses so far. Come on, folks. Send some flowers, right? Send some super chats and all these things. It helps to boost the stream. It helps to boost, and we can have better conversation going. And also, Pandemus, hi, and Stephanie, hello, good to see you all. Misogyny. All right, thank you for the flowers, thank you for the gifts, I do appreciate them. All right, let's go. And guys, have these kind of conversations, folks. I've seen some of your questions. I see people asking me, are you married? Are you part of the LGBTQ? Are you listen? Look, when we have these conversations, it's about recognizing that gay rights are human rights. Gay rights, and when I say gay rights, I mean I'm saying this, but because I'm all different people. It's not binary, right? Sex and sexuality, these are all nuanced conversations. And so you have people that are lesbian, you have people that are gay, you have people that are transgender, you have people that are bisexual, asexual, demisexual, pansexual, all the sexuals, all of them, every single one of them, right? We recognize them and we appreciate them, right? So this is the conversation, and we will continue to have these conversations because we need to enlighten people and at least have a world where we can all coexist, and not care about what another person is doing with their private parts. You mind your own business. Okay, folks, right? Go on, please.
Yeah. First of all, let me correct something Ye said. He was
I
trying
just
to
want to argue one person.
Excuse me?
Can I just ask,
I don't
when
want to
Phil is
argue two
speaking,
persons.
can
I just
everybody
want to
please
argue.
mute up? When Phil is
Excuse me?
speaking, can everybody please mute up? Thank you so much.
Was it Ye that made that statement that one tried to use that analogy with hands and some people missing hands and whatever and missing
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
yes, Phil.
I'm not
Yes, it was,
saying that. I'm
yeah, it was
saying,
yeah.
I'm
it was
saying, I'm
It's a
saying,
hold on.
Sorry, again, yeah, please let Phil speak.
but I don't want to argue with him. I want to argue with you. I want to argue with one person.
Sorry, but Phil.
Yeah. No. Yeah, they don't work. If you don't want to have a conversation with anyone here else, you can leave. But this is how we operate here. Now, listen carefully. I'm a biologist, right? I am a scientist. Good. So I'm going to correct something that you said. No, people. No, yeah. Yeah, mute yourself, sir. And you don't have to get all up in yourself. Because now it's telling me that you're scared. Anyway, by the way, right, so when you made that comment, that fallacious argument about arms and missing arms when it came to sexuality, shush your mouth and please don't do that. Don't do that. People showed you respect. Learn to show others respect, sir. Now, when he made that fallacious argument, the thing is that it was a category fallacious argument because when we talk about intersex, we're talking about having both sets of organs or some of the organs of one and some of the organs of the other. It is not the absence of. So intersex people, the question was asked, how do you identify? You can't identify a baby at birth having more frequency of one. That's no. What was that? Frequency of what? Good. So that one was a fallacious argument. Don't talk yet. Right, a fallacious argument. It holds no water because it's like, as I pointed out, category error.
Phil, just one second. Phil, 1 second. Can you? I'm not sure. Are you like in a place where it's echoey or what? It's noisy. It just sounds very loud.
The fan was
okay.
Just, because it's hot here, very hot.
Bring it down just a little bit. Yeah, because it sounds like as if you're shouting at us.
No, I wasn't shouting. It was the echo in the kitchen.
I don't know what it was. Like an echo. Okay, all right. Cool.
Yeah, it was an echo in the kitchen. The kitchen was echoing apparently.
All right, now this feel. Yeah, that's it.
No, it was talking at this regular
No, yeah, this
voice,
is
but
it
as I saw
now.
you, there's the echo from
Okay.
the kitchen. Yeah, kitchen
This is a
door.
lot better now.
The
Yeah.
Alpha Atheist, can I ask
Right.
you a question?
No,
Just one
yeah.
second. Let's
I'm
him.
not
Let's him.
finished, sir.
Just let him finish,
Come
and you
on,
can
let
ask
me
your
just
question.
finish, and then you can answer the question. Right. So that's the first thing. The second thing is Elijah's correct. Is women, a man is a social construct. Elijah quoted some scientific information, which is an actual scientific research on the brains of women and men, and for those who identify as women or men, and their brain constructs for the ones that identifying as a woman that might have male parts, or even an intersex that identify as a woman, the brain patterns are similar to that of a woman, more so than a man. And vice versa. The same thing happens with the ones who are female in terms of genitals, but their brain state is that of a male. Okay. Now, the thing is that right, and that's where now we can define now even better what is a woman. A woman would be the brain states. How would I put it? It can be classified based on brain states. That of a brain state of a woman is different from the brain state of a man. And those persons who have that brain state will identify as a woman, right? But he's confusing. It's a confusion. Sometimes people confuse the, as Elijah correctly said, the sex with gender. There are some people who brain states are neither that of a man nor a woman. Those people are usually, I think they call them binary. There are some persons who, non-binary, sorry, right, non-binary. It is a spectrum. This is what we expect in biology because evolution is a fact and there's a spectrum. It is natural. I heard somebody was saying abnormal. There's no abnormality here. It's a spectrum. We see it in other species of mammals. In other species, we see this spectrum going on. It's part of nature. So people who want to make the argument that it's abnormal, no. You are making a fallacious argument. It is not part of biology, and there's no biological paper that will tell you otherwise. No scientific research. The scientific research is to the contrary. There are dolphins who are homosexual. There are janobas, both swing both ways, they don't care. There are dogs, and people have observed dogs being homosexual. So I don't understand this thing when people want to use the argument. To me, it's coming over as if these people have a bigoted view, and regardless of what the science say, they don't care about what is actually true. They only care about their feelings. They do not have empathy for any one of the LGBTQ because their feelings are that of coming from a bigoted position. It's wrong, therefore yeah, I feel it's wrong. So you make some fallacious arguments. Please come with better arguments. Those arguments don't work. Please. And the person who said about, and love to use reproduction, women are not incubators. They are not incubators. And couples of the same sex can reproduce. They can reproduce. There are methods of doing that. Not all heterosexual couples can reproduce, and not all heterosexual couples want children. Please stop that. It's telling me that you are coming from a patriarchal, misogynistic position when you are talking about reproduction. Women are not incubators.
Wait,
No,
wait.
And
I'm
it's
not.
usually mostly men that
I'm
is
not.
saying it, making this statement. I've heard too much men.
Yeah.
Let the women speak for themselves.
Can I
Thank
say
you.
something?
Thank you. You said you've got a question for me.
Okay, okay. Yes, the question originally was that first of all, it's 2 against 1. So I have
No, it
2.
wasn't. It wasn't two. It's not 2 against 1. Elijah told you that when it comes to the biological aspect, he's going to hand it over to Reverend CSS to give his input when it comes to the biological aspect, because he is a scientist. He is a biologist, right? So the debate was not between you and both of them. Phil was just giving his input on the conversation or what we've got going on here. So no, it's not 2
Okay,
to 1.
okay.
Sorry,
Okay, but
both,
both
I did 1 second. Yeah, I didn't want to misrepresent any facts. Phil is far more knowledgeable on this particular part of the topic than I am. I advocate for, I advocate in the general sense, but Phil has specific specialist knowledge. So it will be worth your time to listen to what Phil has to say.
Okay, okay. But both of them came with 2 different arguments that I had to respond to. But okay, can I ask you a question, Phil? That's your name?
I thought you said you have a question for me.
Yeah, but I have to respond to the argument from Phil. Phil, that's your name?
Go ahead.
Okay, okay. You're telling me you're a biologist, right?
I am a biologist. My degree is in biology, chemistry, mathematics.
Okay, okay. So you're a biologist and you're really sitting here telling me that a man and a man can give birth.
Yes. Not the way that you think birth is
أعوذ بالله من
given,
الشيطان
sir.
الرجيم.
Not the same way that you think birth is given.
Well, you're not a biologist. That's very
Sir,
hard.
I am a
Yo.
fucking biologist. No, don't do that, sir.
Phil. Listen, can you please not do that? Yeah, can you please not do that? You're not going to invalidate Phil.
Okay.
Because you have heard something that you that it's not fitting your narrative. You are not going to invalidate it.
Don't do that.
You are not going to do that.
Y'all love to do that.
You do not have to do that.
You need to provide evidence that I am not. Then I can show you evidence, and I will show you evidence right now. Chemistry, biology, all of these things I teach, sir. Mathematics. My degree, if I show you my degree, I have lower second class honors, sir, on my degree. I did genetics as part of my course. I did other biology things, microbiology, biochemistry. Chemistry was my major, biology was my minor, along with mathematics. I don't know why y'all come and say, oh, you don't know me, sir. You don't know my life. This is what I teach. These are the books. Okay? You want to see my university books? Zoology. I did zoology also. All of those are my university stuff. So please, sir, do not come up here. Do not come up here and invalidate people when they tell you the truth. And there are people here that know me. Okay. You don't know me.
Okay, listen. You need to relax, okay? I just want to say...
relax. Do not tell me to relax, sir.
Don't tell
because you triggered... I have all rights to be angry right now. I do have all rights. Don't tell me to relax. You don't police me. I have all rights to be angry. Because you just made an empty, blasted statement without any evidence, sir.
Okay, I just want to say, if you actually graduated,
Yay.
Yes.
Don't go there. You don't go there, sir.
No. I'm not trying.
Apologize, sir. Apologize.
Instead of trying to add more fuel to the fire, I thought the first thing out of your mouth would be sorry.
I'm sorry. I've taken him down. I can't do that. I can't. We can have conversation without this kind of jabs at people. Sorry, please. No. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm not in the mood for that nonsense.
bring the
Someone
person
is telling you this is
Yeah,
who
you
I
did
am.
mean it in that way, sir.
Someone is telling you who they are. You're saying no, you're not this. Oh, if you had studied, no, yeah, you were not going to apologize. That did not sound like an apology. If you're going to apologize, I would bring you up, but please do not take any more jabs at Phil. Don't do that. God.
I'm trying to invalidate and say somebody is not when you don't have any proof. That is defiling somebody's character.
Phil, just turn it
I
down.
have spent years, 7 years. I spent 6 years.
Phil, just turn it down just a
doing
little
the
bit,
work.
yeah? Phil, just turn it
This is
down.
my natural voice, S.
No,
This is my natural voice. I cannot tone it down any further.
No, sometimes
this
when
my natural
when
voice.
you get heated up, it does get very, very loud. And I've got people even on YouTube also saying the same as well, complaining about the air drums. Right? Just turn it down. That's it. That's
okay.
Phil. Yeah.
Right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We've got some more people up here, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some more people.
Mr. Edie was here before, and he has something saying that
you were saying
what
something
I said
in the chat,
wasn't true. Yeah, that it wasn't true. So I'd like him to respond.
Eddie, are you there? Eddie?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. So, Phil, you said something about two people that identify as. Okay, sorry. Let me rephrase. You said something along the lines of someone can identify as a woman. Do you agree that someone born a male, let's say binary, can identify as a woman?
Based on what I explained about brain states, what do you think the answer is, sir? I did answer that question.
Yeah, you said something like someone can identify within whatever gender he chooses, maybe binary or non-binary.
I didn't say choose. I never say choose. You see, you don't listen. I never say choose, sir. I never say choose.
Guys, please tap on your screens, please.
Okay, that will be it. That's all I have for you.
So, Mr. Eddie, I have a question. Mr. Eddie, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
When you first started speaking, the first thing you said was you would prefer for people to be straight.
Yes, because from your topic, you said what is still in small letters. What are your issues with the LGBT?
Yes.
Yes.
So what are your issues and why? I mean, I would never look at the people around me and decide, okay, I want them to be a certain way. I would rather they are all gay or that they are all straight. Like, anyway, but I want to know why you would say that.
Okay, first of all, when I started, I said I have a lot of friends, both childhood friends, people I met in school. Like, they are my friends. They are not just people I know who have different sexualities. All right, and they're still my friends. I accept them for who they are. We do things together. We have fun together. I don't judge. All right, that's not the kind of person I am. All right. But if you ask me, what is my opinion or what do I think about that? I will tell you, I would rather prefer or wished or loved that we are straight. That's all. That's what I meant.
Why? Why would you wish us to be straight?
Well, the reason why I wish for us to be straight is there is, I think, or I believe there's more of a balance. There's more of a balance between having a male mating or having
So male and female mating
yes,
brings
yes,
balance.
yes.
So if male and female mating brings balance, then why this so much imbalance between people then? The straight people that are having straight sex, yet there's still a whole load of imbalance. I mean, and I don't even know what you mean by balance. What are we? Okay, man and woman having sex, that's going to bring balance. But when gay people engage, that's in bringing imbalance. Imbalance in what? In hormones, in the society, in what imbalance? Imbalance in what?
Imbalance in the sense that I mentioned reproduction, all right? But Bash came up with his own idea or his own opinion in that regard. And I don't have any problem with that. All right, I don't have any problem. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions, all right? But for me, you said balance. I believe that a man and a female mating or getting together there will be a fruit out of it, and that fruit is going to be offspring.
Every time they mate, there's always something.
It's
Every
not
time.
No, it's not every time. It can't be every time. It's never.
So,
it can't be every time.
Yeah, if
So
that's the case, then what are we talking about?
if we take it away, if we take that away,
Nobody's taking it away. The LGBTQ are not taking that away. A man and a woman reproducing, that's never going to go away because of the LGBTQ. Never. It's never going to go away. It's never going to go away. And you do realize that gay people can have children, right? Biological children. Do you know?
No.
You don't know that?
I don't know that.
That they can they can, there are places where they can go to that offer the services for them to be able to have children.
What kind of how would that work? I would like to know.
Artificial insemination.
But artificial insemination, definitely from my own understanding, artificial insemination, there must be I don't think a man has a womb or an uterus for it to be able to maybe fertilize an egg.
A woman can donate her eggs to a couple, a same-sex couple.
Okay, that's more unnatural. That's more unnatural. What if the woman disagrees to donate?
It's her choice.
Which is unnatural.
She signs. It's a contract. They go into a contract, and they agree terms and everything. It's all official. This is all something that people have advanced now. It's a whole thing that goes on. It's
baby, I need to say something, baby. I need to say something. That thing he just said unnatural. Mr. ED, do you know that there are heterosexual couples who have difficulty getting pregnant?
Yes, I know.
And sometimes the man's swimmers don't work.
Yes, I know.
And there's a donor.
Yes,
and the same artificial insemination happens, sir. Is that unnatural? Are you going to tell those couples it is unnatural? Are you going to tell them it is unnatural? I don't think sometimes people think about the empathy. They're trying to get children, and this is the only way they can, and you're going to tell them it's unnatural? It is not unnatural, sir. It is biology. The same way that we take plants and produce. Do you eat bananas, sir?
I eat bananas. I love bananas.
Stop eating bananas. It is unnatural, based on your argument. It's unnatural.
What did you say?
Because we as human beings, the banana plant is not natural. It was done by men, produced by man, biologically produced by man. Because the banana, if you saw the original banana, you would not want to eat that. So genetics manipulation occurred whereby you can have something that's edible. So start eating bananas if you want to say that that if artificial insemination is unnatural. Stop eating bananas, and there are some other things that you are eating that are not what the way that you think they came about.
And also,
I think people need to think carefully of what they are saying. Please think carefully.
And also, let me add this, Mr. Eddie, have you ever taken a medicine in your life, a medication in your life?
Yes, of course I have.
Why? Why would you take that? That's unnatural. That's not natural. Why didn't you let your body just fight the disease? Every time you take the tablet, that's not natural.
The reason why I take medicine is because I believe that medicine was made out of herbs.
Made out of herbs, okay.
Yes, but maybe along the line they were maybe chemically, maybe manipulated or made in a way that you can easily take it up and put it in your mouth, and it gets to your body and gets your sickness solved or gets your problem solved. That's why. Yeah.
So let me ask you, would you consider yourself natural? Are you natural? Are you part of nature?
Yes, I'm natural. I'm part of nature. 100%.
Okay, so if you are part of nature, would you consider a gay man, a gay man, is he part of nature?
Yes, of course he is.
Okay. Will his partner be a part of nature?
Yes, of course.
So two people who are part of nature come together and indulge, right? How then would you describe that act as unnatural when the people engaging are natural?
Because just like I mentioned earlier, that if we decide that everybody should be the way they want.
No,
all right.
People are already the way they want. They're already doing it. So it's not for us to decide.
Yes, okay. Let's just say that.
I'm sorry, I have to go in a little bit, so I just wanted to hop in and say thank you very much for adding me to the panel. And
who's that? Who's that?
Oh, that's me, Carol. Sorry to interrupt.
Can you hang on a minute?
I'm sorry.
Can you hang on a minute? I would love to hear from you.
I just need to go, so I just want to say thank you.
And he has an echo.
Oh, okay. All right, he needs to go. Okay.
Yeah, he needs to go. So, like I was saying, if everybody decided to take down that route, I don't think the world would be the way it is right now. Like there'll be any form of reproduction going on. Because I know for certain from the experiences I've had with some of my friends that are gay and some of them that are lesbians, most of them don't really have the intentions of having kids in their mind. They don't. I know a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine. He was married. He was married sometime, but didn't have kids. Couldn't have kids. I don't know what happened, but he doesn't have any kid. And after a while, the marriage did not last. They divorced and stuff. He's alone right now. He's single right now, if I should use that word. So, from my own experience, I think that a man being with a woman is more natural, and it will help the world to reproduce and have more people around. If everybody decided to be gay,
may I ask a question, please?
Oh, hold on. Just one second, my love.
Yeah, when he's finished.
You go on. There's something he just said. I need to highlight when he's done. Go on, please. Finish.
So if everybody decides to follow that route, then I don't think the world will just go extinct within a time, within a particular set of time. That's what I think. That's what I believe.
I heard you say when man and woman get together, something about it being more natural, right? More natural. So it's like there's levels of this natural thing. right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
if man and woman coming together and having sex, that's more natural, right? So
Yeah.
is man and man coming together is somewhat natural, but just not more natural,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay, so for you, it is the act of sex that is the issue.
Yes. Yes. Exactly.
It's the act of sex that's the
Yes.
issue.
Yes.
Why is that act between a same sex, why is that an issue for you? I'm asking you now. I'm
Yeah.
asking you. Hold on. I'm
Mm.
asking you, why is that an issue for you? Please, I've not asked you about society. I've not asked you about reproduction. I've not asked you about, why would you just look at that whole the whole conversation and just narrow it down to the act of sex.
I would say that the reason for that is because I okay. I don't know if it's right for me to like say some certain things here, but maybe I'll just try to be a little bit civil about it.
Okay, yeah, let's be civil.
Yes. At a certain time in my life, I've gotten very, very close, be a little bit to the opposite sex. All right. And from our experience, it wasn't like that bad, but I recorded it one side. Then moving forward, when I started to have association with the opposite sex, I felt it was more different for me, for me personally. That's a personal experience. It was more different than the one I had with my childhood friend. All right.
You've engaged with your childhood friend.
Not like
Going all
engaged,
the way. Not
going all the
like
way,
going
but
all the way, but
peripherally,
just having
peripherally, having some kind of closeness, like we are
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
close. Yes, yes, of course, yeah.
Okay.
I have. Yes.
Yeah, but so was it just a one-time thing you felt that
No,
or what?
he was my childhood friend. Like we literally grew up in the same street. We are more like family friends. You know, we are like family friends. Yeah.
So did you think that there was some kind of spark between both of you or what?
It wasn't that. It was just the fact that he was someone I was very familiar with, very comfortable with. Yeah,
Okay.
comfortable with. We saw all the time. We play
Mhm.
all the time. We engage in some extracurricular activities together. So it just happened at the time.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what you're describing, right? What you are describing sounds very wholesome to me. Well, depending on how old you guys were, but if you were little children, then maybe not. But what you have described, I that's healthy. That sounds like two people discovering each other. And I don't know what's uncomfortable about that. I don't know what the struggles. Maybe because the person was your friend. Maybe that was what the case was. But that's how you have felt. But some people will go through the very same thing, right? The same scenario, right? With somebody who is maybe not their friend. And it will just bring for them the best of feelings, right? It will bring for them the best of sexual feelings, and they will be they will reach an ultimate high, right? So because you had that experience is not the same as other people. Other people will go all the way, and they would live their best life and just know that yes, this is me. I have found it. This is what gives me joy. This is what makes me get there, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. Like I said earlier, I don't have any problem about anyone who chooses to be whatever sexuality he chooses to be. I don't have any problem with that.
I
All
don't
right.
like
But
when people start saying that. when people start saying, I don't have a problem, and people do, you have a problem, because the problem is about to come. Go on and finish what you're saying, and we will hear what the problem is. You say, I don't have a problem, but what is the but?
No, but for me, it really doesn't come as naturally to me. For me, I might
It
be
came
wrong.
naturally to you.
Wait, listen,
What
Paul.
the
I might be
process,
wrong. I might be right.
the experience that you described sounded like a very natural thing. It's just because of the ideas that you've had, because of the conditioning that you have been given, because of the country that you live in, because of the circumstances that were surrounding you at the time. That's what made that process feel like it was not natural or normal. But what you described was just it was just as, oh, never mind. It's just me. That's the way it sounded to me.
Yeah, I don't like, I can't like alter the way you perceive it and stuff.
Does
Then
anyone agree with me? Does anyone agree with me, or am I alone in thinking this?
No, you're not alone. You're
Miss
not
Dumpling?
alone.
Okay.
I don't think you're alone.
No,
I think
you're not alone. Because the thing is, most people prefer male-female relationships, and their argument is for the purposes of reproduction, not realizing that we've had the LGBTQI community with us from time immemorial, right from the beginning, and human beings have been reproducing. We also have couples, male and female couples, who choose not to have children. So is that unnatural as well, according to you, Mr. Eddie? If a man and a woman decide not to have a child and they're married, is that unnatural to you? Do you see that as unnatural?
It's not unnatural. It's natural.
So why is it unnatural? Why is it natural for you?
Because if we start going down that line or that lane, then there's gonna be a problem with procreating. That's
what I'm saying, because not everybody wants to procreate. So if we have, say, 1,000 people left on the earth, and those 1,000 people decide that they don't want to reproduce children, it's their choice, isn't it?
Of course, it's their choice.
So why is that unnatural? Why is that natural to you, based on what you've been saying?
Well, this subject is subjective. It's subjective because
Mr. Eddie, you're not being fair.
Sorry, can I just say something very quickly? Right now, you're saying something about subjectivity, but really and truly, in my opinion, you feel a bit disingenuous. You said you're not validating asexuality, but you're condemning homosexuality. I'm so sorry. As a gay man, I'm taking it personally because it feels like you're really coming for me, and you're saying that it's natural to be asexual, but it's unnatural to be homosexual. Please make it make sense, my brother. Make it make sense.
Brother, I'm not against, like I've said it many times, I'm not against anyone's sexuality, because at this point, I don't have the power or the capacity to choose. I don't have that capacity to choose for anyone. But if you ask me, what do you think about this? Like, there's a topic on the screen for us to discuss, and we are here to share our own opinion and our own whatever. If you ask me, for me, I would say I don't think it's going to help us in the cause of procreating. That is what I feel, and that's what I believe.
Mr. Eddie, what's the population of the LGBTQI community compared
I don't know.
to?
I don't know the population, but I know they are quite small.
Yes, they're quite small. So whether they're doing their thing, it does not affect reproduction. It doesn't affect reproduction at all. It doesn't affect the human race from growing.
Yes.
They
Vessel,
are
can I
a
just,
small community, like you
Vessel,
said.
can I just piggyback? I want to say something quickly, and then I want to, if I okay, because Phil has his hand up and he wants to say something as well. I just want to say that back in the Greek society, they used to be openly homosexual, and they still said that even though they had male male lovers, that they still would have families and still procreate. You had Spartan societies that were gay, Amazonian societies that were lesbian and everything. They still procreated. That's where I'm gonna land my plane. And please, my friend Phil.
He keeps saying, and I keep hearing choice. Sir, did you choose to be straight? Are you attracted to
Yes,
men?
I chose to be straight.
No. Or were you attracted to men? Are you attracted to men?
No.
So you didn't choose to be straight?
Yes, I chose to be straight.
No. You can't have it both ways. That's contradictory. Do you have feelings for men?
No, I don't.
Good. So that means that you have feelings just for the opposite sex,
Yes,
correct?
that's correct.
Good. So is that a choice, or is it that you have feelings? No, it's not a choice, sir. You don't understand the word choice. It's not a choice.
Hold on. To Mr. Eddie, to make a choice means that if you chose being straight, right? If that's a choice to you, that means that both were offered to you.
Of course, it was.
Same desires, right? The same scenarios offered to you.
It was.
So were you propositioned by a gay person?
I told you that I had a childhood friend who was gay, all right? And we were quite close. We were very, very close.
Okay, very close. Okay, very close. Okay.
We are quite close. Like, he comes to my house to visit. I go to their house to visit. Sometimes you can stay alone in the house, and
but you decided, no, this is not for me.
Yes, I decided that.
So okay, so that means you can switch it off and on.
No, I can. I can. But if I have a friend,
you can switch it off and on. Those feelings.
I can't.
You can't. Then it's not a choice. If you cannot, if you cannot switch those feelings off and on, then it's not a choice. And just what Phil said, that's contradictory. 1 minute it's a choice, next minute it's not. You can't. So I think that you have not really given yourself an opportunity to process this, and I get a sense of bisexuality happening here, right? Which is not a bad thing, right? Some people are, they might want to be with a man or be with a woman, and it's for them, it's not anyone is, listen, there are all these different terms which I'm still trying to figure out myself, but I get a sense of bisexuality happening here, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing wrong with it.
But I don't understand your concept of choice. All right, I don't understand your concept of choice, because for me, I believe that choice is more of maybe having an option to select from or to take from. You can't have a choice when there's just only one option out there for you. But when there's 2 or 3 or more options, then you have the right to exercise your choice. You have the right to choose. So you telling me that it wasn't a choice for me then sounds like you want to gaslight me or something. I don't know.
No, it's not about gaslighting.
Gaslighting is your argument is fallacious, because even if you have options, you don't have an option, because your feelings is not for someone else. That is not an option. If you have feelings for both, that is an option. But not having the feeling for the other, that's not an option. It doesn't. That's not option. That's not option given to you. So the same way you don't have feelings. My point is the same way do the people who are like the same smacks. Do they have feelings for the same smacks? Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. Do they have the ones that are? I'm not talking about the bisexuals. I'm talking about the complete homo.
Yeah.
Do they? Is it a choice for them?
It is
The same way. The same. No, it's not a choice. No, you're being dishonest now. No, you're being dishonest. Because just now I pointed out, and you said yes, it cannot be an option if you have feelings only for the opposite. The same way that you have feelings only for the opposite, they have feelings not for the opposite, but for the same. And then there are some people who don't have feelings for neither.
So,
are you going to tell them that they are unnatural too? They're part of the LGBTQ. Are you going to say they're unnatural too?
I'm not going to say that.
Do you see the problem in your argument? Do you see the problem with your argument, sir?
Okay, the truth is that as at then, I was still quite young.
I'm not talking about back then, sir. Sir, I'm not talking about back then. I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about back then. We're dealing with now. You say you don't have feelings for the same sex.
Yeah.
That's not an option. That's not a choice. It's not you. Otherwise, you'll be forcing yourself to do something that you don't really want to do. Those people like you who have feelings for the same sex. They're just like you. It's not a choice for them. They have the same feelings of love for the same sex. You have the same feelings of love for the opposite. What makes it different is both natural. Because as I said earlier, dolphins, smacks, are a lot. There are dolphins that are homo and bi. There are, and this is from studies, biological studies in the field. Dogs, people have observed and have seen that some dogs are also penguins. It is across the nature. It's across nature. It is natural. And I hate when people come saying this is not natural and I've not done the research. Research it. You will see. Don't take my word for it, anybody's word for it. Research it. There are papers on it. And there's a good book on it called Evolution's Rainbow that deals with this sort of stuff by a ecologist who this is their area and field of study.
Hey, can I add something?
Yes, I was just about to say, let's get to Toby. Yeah, go on, Toby.
Thank you so much. So, I grew up in foster care, which meant that people who were not my biological parents looked after me.
Right.
And I think it really upsets me when I hear people say that queer people are unnatural, and it's based on the fact that because they can't have kids and XYZ. Do you know the amount of children who do not have parents to look after them? Do you know the amount of people around the world who need care from all types of parents that may be single, parents that may be same sex? We need to evolve as human beings and really open our eyes to what's actually happening to children, because I feel like it's such a disingenuous point to prove, because it's like you're not actually speaking for the children. You're not actually speaking for after the child has been created. You're not thinking further than that. And I think that again is sick, because queerness, being under the spectrum of LGBTQ plus, is is part of nature, is part of the world. It helps the population, it helps love, it helps support so many other issues that we have in society in general, which is why we are seen in history books to sort out a lot of the issues after maybe conflicts or fighting, where there are lots of children without any parents and they need to be looked after by whoever it may be, somebody that was born a female but then has transitioned into a male and has become the man of the pack of the, how can I say, the man of the community. So, you know, we've seen it happens in lots of different villages and in lots of little small communities. And the only reason it's not accepted is because of colonization, because of the white man. But you have to think further than that, because it's hurting our people. That's all I had to say, really.
Oh, wow. So for you, the LGBTQ, they can be their themselves, and you support the right for the LGBTQ to be LGBTQ, yes? Toby?
1000%, 1000%. I was born with a
Fantastic.
Muslim name, and I as time has gone on, listening to the conversations with you and a
Yes.
few of the people on the panel, you know, I'm thinking about how it relates to me being a Muslim and whether that's something that I still
Are
can.
you a Muslim?
Yes, I was born
Oh,
with a
wow.
Muslim name and I'm Muslim, but I struggle because I am part of the community and I do see the hate for us. And
Wow.
I've been shunned out of groups that say, oh, we're a sisterhood, we're a Muslim sisterhood, and they literally blocked me and took me out of the group just recently. So hearing this has really frustrated me because I'm natural. The feelings I have for other people is very natural. I haven't done anything wrong other than love another human being. Anything above that that you guys will be thinking that are homophobic is sexual, and that you have to understand it's further than just sex.
Exactly. For me, it's just when you get to the bottom of it, it's all just narrowed down to the act. And I'm going to make a statement here. I don't have any source to back this up. I don't. It's just something that I have thought. Before someone can think of the act and decide to make that an issue, the chances are you have either engaged in the act or you have, you have either seen something, right, that makes you look at the act and think, oh, okay, you have accessed it somehow, whether by viewing it or by taking part, right? It has to be something, because you can't have such strong feelings about something you know nothing about, right? Something that you've never been in contact with, or you've never looked at, you've never, because how do you zero in on the act? And so for people like that, I say all of that to say this. I've got a friend of mine who was in Eid Mubarak to the woman. Okay, get walk. Thank you. Eid Mubarak. Thank you. I say all that to say my friend was in a relationship with this man, everything going great. And one day she leaves him at home and she's off to work and realizes, oh, I've forgotten something at home. Let me go pick it up. Let me go quickly get it. And as soon as she steps in the house, what does she see in the living room? There was the thing, the corn was playing on the big screen, and he was there, helping himself on their couch, and she was, gobsmacked, because if he was the last person that she would have thought would, be looking at something like that. And well, that opened up a conversation, and he revealed to her that he's always had these feelings, but just, been keeping them and hiding them. And yeah, and before they got together, he'd been going to the cruise. There's places where they go cruising, and these kind of things, right? So he, well, she didn't stop long with him, But I'm saying, why do people do that to themselves? Why torture yourselves like that? If that's the way that you are, why not just be your true, authentic self and not have such strong feelings for something that anyway, never mind. I
May I
might be
answer
saying
that,
rubbish
please?
here. I might be saying rubbish here. But
May
yeah.
I answer that, please? Because I was a victim of this kind of thinking because I came from a heavily toxically Christian background. I tortured myself because of my upbringing, because of the way that I was told that I should be. At 13 years old, when I didn't even know anything about sexuality or anything like that, I was told by my mother when I saw a guy who was working out with the barbells topless, and I was fascinated by bodybuilding back then. I was told that if I was ever to be gay, that she would ship me to Nigeria and they'll knock it out my head. I came home at 16 and told her that I had feelings for a guy at school. She told me to get it out of my head. And then for years, I hated myself, self-loathing, so much hatred for myself for the idea that I could be gay. It wasn't until I was 22, after family bonds had broken down, that I finally found the freedom to be myself. And that was the greatest experience of my life. It was self-hatred, it was self-loathing, it was self-denial. And people were telling me that I was gay, but I couldn't even see it. I didn't want to see it. All I wanted to do was live within this perfect little bubble that had been created as some kind of dogmatic indoctrination by my own family.
Listen, these lives, folks, it's about empowering people and saying to you, be yourself. Whatever that looks like, be yourself. We are here to create spaces for you, right? To just be I would rather that people be their authentic selves than to pretend or to repress who they truly are, because life is short. Some of us maybe might have just only 70 years or 75 or 80, or I don't know, but that's not plenty of time. And so for you to live that kind of existence where you're keeping the true self hidden away, come on, that part of you that you're keeping hidden away deserves to come out of there. If I need to come and bring it out, I want to do that, right? Because you deserve to be your authentic self. And I understand, a lot of hate, a lot of bigotry, a lot of you know um discrimination and all these things, but this is why we go out of our way to create safe spaces for people, right? But yeah, let me get to my beautiful lady. She hasn't been here in a while.
I was in the hospital.
Oh, really?
Yeah, felt more about it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's why I was calling you to talk to you about. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to. Are you out now?
Yeah, I'm out since
Okay.
when is Monday?
I'll talk to you
So
about that later on. Sorry about that.
yeah.
Okay.
So I just wanted
NJ.
to. Yeah. Hi everybody.
Hello,
I wanted to
lady.
piggyback on what Toby was saying, right? Because that's the point I came up here. When I hear these guys and these homophobic people talking, they always talking about making babies, right? They're obsessed with making babies. Not understanding not everybody could have babies to begin with. There are people that are barren. I have a friend, he cannot produce any sperms to have any children, right? He get born, didn't born with the testicles, right? So it have people that exist in this world that cannot have, and it have people who don't want to have any, right? Now the thing is when the baby come here, none of these people give a damn about these children. They only want the babies to be here, but they don't care because the orphanage is filled with children and none of them care. None of them care to donate. None of them care to drop off any clothes. And besides the orphanage, none of them going to adopt. You see, all these homophobic people when you talk about making babies, none of them going to adopt a child. None. They don't care, right? The next thing, they don't even forge a society that is welcoming to children. They have like cost of living is so damn high that if people have children, they go into poverty because they can't have enough money to feed the children. They pay the salary is not enough. They don't care about parents being home with the kids, and that not only being mothers, because you know a lot of these homophobic people they think that the woman places in the home, man work. The father's supposed to be home with the kids too, spending time with the children, right? It's not only
Yeah.
about the ladies, right? But you know, they don't see it like that. They don't care, right? And they don't even have a safe society for children because we have all these unalivers and kiddie diddlers running amok. And they don't care to fix these people. And when we talk about these people, these same homophobic men try to silence us. Why are we talking about that? We must talk about that. And don't let me start to mention places in the world, societies and tribes in this world that still engage in child marriage, the marrying of little girls to grown ass filthy men. But they want to tell me about, oh, they care about children. None of them will talk about these things. None of them care to protect children. None of them care to actually take care of a child that don't have a parent. They don't care. But they're talking about making babies. Making babies into what? A society, a toxic society, a harmful society. And have a lot of people don't want to have children just because they don't have enough money to take care of this child. To me, you see all these Christian people, these religious people that want to talk about sin, right? The greatest sin in my mind is having a child on this earth. You producing and making babies, and you know you don't have the means to take care of it. You have no money to feed it. So when the child come here, now the child in the same situation as you, both of you all hungry. You, the dad, and the children, all of you all hungry. Children have to go hungry. Children have to starve, right? But you all don't care. It's just about making babies. Just make babies. Into what? Poverty, harm. Somebody could harm this child. The environment is not safe. And I don't care about those who want to lie and say how, oh, my society is safe. I could even look up the stats in whatever country you claim is your society safe and see so many crimes against children.
So many crimes against children. Absolutely, I completely agree. We've got I think it was Stewie next. Stewie.
Yes, good evening, panel.
Good
Well,
evening.
Uh, I heard, I can't recall who was asking about choice. Choice in terms of loving a man or a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And the person was berating the individual, saying that the person does not have a choice in whom he choose. Now, in Jamaica, we are known to be homophobic country. Anyhow, in Jamaica, we have this thing called a carnival, where gay people are mixed with straight people, dancing in the street, semi-naked. They're free to do what they're doing. Now, as a straight person at the carnival, you have a choice whether or not for you to be, you know, winding up or grinding upon any person in the carnival, whether it's a gay person or a straight person. You are not into gay people, so you choose to, grind upon a straight person. That is a choice. You have a choice. People make choices in terms of who they choose to love. So I wouldn't agree with my brother that was berating that individual, trying to explain himself as to whether or not he has a choice in choosing who he chooses to love. Now, my sister Lada, Lada Bless, she has not touched the topic in terms. She's talking about children coming into the world and whatever, and it's a general statement she's
Thank you.
making. It's a general statement which you cannot be generalizing an issue of people not caring for children. You have people who take care of their children, people
You
who
want me to tell you about the
adopted.
child? You want me to tell them everything about the violation against children in Jamaica?
Well,
Don't let me start.
listen, my sister. We are not talking about you're generalizing, and it happens in every society. It happens in every society. In the big US of A, it happens there, predominantly there. So we have it here, no doubt about it. It's everywhere. Now the topic is make Africa gay again, and I'm trying to find out.
Sir,
huh?
She was not specific. She said it generally. Please.
I said it.
And one more thing. No.
Hold on.
One more thing. Because you were being disingenuous.
I said she was generalizing. I said she was generalizing.
One at a time.
I said she was generalizing. That's what I said. Was a general statement she was making.
Right, which means it covers everywhere.
Exactly. So when she's talking about children not being whatever, you cannot make a general statement like that. Because it does
yes,
not apply.
Yes, you can, because it happens everywhere, so it's general.
It does not apply to everybody.
Yes, it applies to everywhere. Talking about
everywhere.
countries. It applies to every country in the world.
You're talking about countries, but every country, everybody in the country does not behave that way. So not because it happens in every country.
She did not say every person in the country.
You're not gonna. You're not gonna fight me, Reverend.
Sir, you are straw manning. You're straw manning. You straw man my position. You straw man hers. Please listen carefully. Number one, when I said the person cannot choose who they like or have feelings for, I'm talking about the sex, which smacks. The same, and I was very specific. I said the same, no, the same smacks or the opposite.
Let Phil finish his.
You're not fighting me. You're
no, because he's misrepresenting, and that's a red herring. You're creating a straw man.
Calm yourself, man. Calm yourself. Calm yourself.
Don't tell me calm myself, sir.
Calm yourself.
Do not tell me calm myself and you are being stupid.
Yes.
When you are want to be stupid towards me.
Let him
I'm hearing your oath.
You are interrupting him.
No, he interrupted my conversation.
Stewie, no, I'm going to correct you because I'm not going to allow you to come up here and lie. You're lying on the beast. You're lying on me because you need to listen. When I said about the person does not have a choice of the smacks, that I was very specific, the smacks for which they have feelings for. That's what I said. Please do not come up here and straw man. I know you're straw manning my Chichi. You're straw manning her. With your thing, saying that because she said country. She didn't say everyone in the country. That is dishonest. That's disingenuous, sir. Please don't do it. It's disingenuous.
You're going to allow me to speak? Host?
We're going to let you speak, but please do not straw man. Do not straw man her position,
all right.
please.
What I'm saying, and I've said it, her statement is generalizing, meaning it can be generalized to a country or it can be generalizing to a people. Now, if I'm in Jamaica and people are abandoning their children, it does not mean that majority of people in Jamaica is abandoning their children. So when you're making a statement, you have to use the word some. You cannot be talking about as if it's the entire people that is doing it. No, you cannot.
Wait,
listen,
can I ask a question?
You up there talking about choice. You have a choice in terms of
I never said anything like that.
You want to love. You choose to love, man. You choose to love.
No.
Oh my goodness.
No. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, Chichi. Stevie, please stop straw manning. Let the beast talk.
Can I speak? Can I say something, please? To
please let Chichi Chichi was about to say something. No, Chichi.
Yes.
Yes,
Chichi,
right.
I heard you saying trying to say something,
Yeah.
and then
The
Elijah,
thing
you
is,
can speak after.
I don't like when people putting words in my mouth. Anybody who could comprehend what I said will know that I'm talking about countries where things are happening and nothing is being done. Where is the outrage for it? People are complying to it. They're just complicity. That don't mean that every individual is doing it, but they know that it is happening and they're saying nothing. So compliance, you're being silent. Your silence is compliance. That is what it is. Your silence is compliance. I never said everybody in the world doing it. Because listen, I'm in Trinidad and Tobago, and I know of people who are doing that. I know people who have been reported, people who have been locked up for doing it. And I is one of the advocates who is not silent for it. But it have people who don't do it, not going on in their household, but they're very much silent about it. And if people like me talking about it, they want to silence us. Just as what you are doing, Stewie, you're trying to put words in my mouth to silence me to what is actually happening in the world to children.
Can I say, someone said that we should stick to the subject. It was originally me that brought up the fact that, obviously it is natural for whatever parent to look after children who are parentless. So it is completely to do with the subject. I believe it was Eddie that brought up the fact that parents, what's it called? Parents that are gay or what being gay is unnatural because they cannot reproduce XYZ. And my point, which was then later extended, was that there are lots of children, much like myself, who grew up in foster care or in an orphanage without any parents. Meanwhile, there are perfectly good parents who are in same-sex marriages and same-sex relationships that are perfectly able to look after such children. It is completely natural. It happens within the animal kingdom as well as many different villages and in history. So yeah, it is definitely on the topic.
Yes, Toby, I get your
Sorry,
argument, and I totally agree with your
sorry
argument.
to interject. I just would
Go
like
ahead, Elijah. Go ahead,
just
please.
would like to add to that because while we can debate whether it's natural or not, I'm going to speak as a gay man and why I know I was born this way. So I told you guys what I went through and I'm coming out at 22. And even still then, I came out as bisexual. I wanted to believe that I liked both. By 24, I had an experience with both, a couple, a man and a woman together in bed. And there, I'd only done certain, I would say, light stuff as kissing with women, but I'd never gone all the way. So that day, in bed with the two of them, that I was with the woman, and whilst what we were doing was nice, I wasn't getting that stimulated by it. The other parts were not working that way. All the man did was run his hand down my face, and I felt something in my body. Now I can tell myself that I can try to train myself to like women, like what you would say it's a choice, but my own natural body itself shut down. So though I've had an experience with a woman one time in that particular scenario, I knew from then on I am gay. Biology does not lie. I was born this way.
So the question, make Africa gay again.
Yes.
And I would love for you to expound on because I came in late. Maybe I did not hear the initial argument.
It's not really well, I was going for the whole MAGA thing. That's what I was going for, right? Africa has always been gay. Africa will be gay and will always be gay. Gay in the sense that they have always been gay people.
Happy.
They will always be gay people. Yeah, gay, happy, and gay. Gay, the LGBTQ. They've always been in Africa. Yes.
So I'm.
They've always been in Africa.
No, I'm not saying it was brought to Africa. Yes, I agree with that. It was brought to Africa. Now, Elijah, you said that.
No, it wasn't Stewie. It wasn't brought to Africa. It was the LGBTQ community have existed in Africa before the colonizers came.
Brought to Africa?
Yeah, Afro is Igbo, and no, Afro could tell you the history. She can tell you if you want to know about it. There's an African lady. Talk to her about it, and she will give you the information.
There was no
One
such
person-
thing. There was
one
no
person
such.
tell you that?
There was no such thing as anything being brought to Africa. No, you will have to substantiate that. If you think that the LGBTQ was brought to Africa, I'm sorry, you will have to substantiate that
No, but
claim.
and you will have to also substantiate your claim that it was in Africa before they came. So
Stewie,
I have to prove it.
Sorry, Stewie,
I have to prove it. Yep.
Stewie, it's a wide-known fact that homosexuality has existed since the days of the Spartans, since the days of Greek society, since the days of the Romans. Of course, when Romans were, Stewie, when Romans were taking, when Romans were taking African slaves, those slaves were also gay.
Sorry,
come on, Stewie, make it make sense.
Listen,
Stewie.
we are humans. We are very explorative by nature. We're very curious.
So
we are
my
very.
question,
Hold on, please.
Wait,
Hold on. Let me
Stewie,
finish.
Stewie, hold on.
We are very explorative. We're very curious. We want to know. Growing up from a very young age, we start to explore our own bodies. When you learn about child development, right? We get to the point where we start to figure out, okay, oh, I've got this thing between my legs. What is this? Right? And then you realize when you touch it, something happens. And you go, okay, what's this about? Right? And before you know it, you want to discover more. You want to learn more about your body. And so people want to figure out why have I got this and what can it do, and oh, if I stick it in here, this is what happens, and if I do it this way, this is why I know for certain that there have always been gay people in Africa, because look, the human is very curious, and the human wants to get to the bottom of why is this thing, why
Pun intended.
if I
hold
put
on,
it
hold on, Stewie.
if I put it here, oh, I get all these nice feelings, right? So, and it's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with trying to figure your bits out and trying to figure out, why do I have these feelings? Why do I, when I see a man, there's something about a man with broad shoulders that just gets me. And listen, you all know what I'm talking about. When you are alone and those feelings are, you know what I'm talking about.
I also wanted to hold on now, Stewie.
All right, neighbor, go ahead, neighbor.
Yeah. So it also existed with the native people in the Americas, right? That is North, Central, South America, and the Caribbean. My grandmother is Carib, by the way, right? One of my grandmothers, right? And it existed. They have within their culture something called two-spirit people, and they also had this thing. I don't know that it have a woman that will feel like a man and have male desires, and it have men that will have women's desires. It was also okay with the native people in the Americas, even before colonization.
Exactly. I mean, this is something that's always been present. We've got Yandewa. And
my question.
guys,
Hey, guys,
you,
how are you?
I've got a couple of people waiting to come.
Let me finish now. I'm
So,
gonna leave. I'm gonna come down.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna come down.
But
I just wanna know if this. I've been following your live, the Afro 80s in regards to the religious aspect.
Yes.
And this is the first time I've come on with this topic. Is the panel gay panel, pro gay?
It's none of anybody's business. We are
So
for gay. We are for gay rights. Listen, we are for gay rights. And listen, I don't listen. unless somebody tells me that they're gay, I don't go actively looking for that information.
Reverend up there, and Elijah already admitted. So I'm just wondering if it is just as though you
Reverend
have the
admitted what?
atheist.
That is
Reverend admitted what?
That's my
He's gay.
husband.
What you admit?
No, he's not.
That's
my
the
husband.
These two.
You see,
your
that's why I
neighbor
told
here
S. That's
and
why I told you S. This guy don't listen. That's the problem.
Reverend, what did you
There's
admit?
3 times that he have misrepresent people.
Look here, man. You're very Reverend, you're too
When I was
aggressive, man. You
maybe
need
when
to
I
calm
was
down.
No. I am
Calm down, man.
angry
Let this-
when you
let
don't
this
tell me
spirit of
calm
God
down,
reign
sir.
on you, man. You're too
No, I
angry.
will not calm down.
Hold on, Phil.
Come on,
One
don't do
second,
that.
Phil, just 1 second. Please, what did Reverend admit to you? What did you say he disclosed? Unless I've missed it. What did you hear?
He's here wrong. That's the problem.
He ran away.
What? Reverend, when did you these people?
He is assuming because I said you cannot choose who this makes you are attracted to.
Okay, guys, if you're
It's
done
alright.
speaking,
How
I
I
would
for-
love to bring a couple more people up, please. And especially I want people who disagree. So yeah, let's see. Yandewa, please go on.
Oh yeah, for me, I think it's not really a disagreement, but these are things that I've come to learn as a person, just as somebody who was homophobic, and just how I had to kind of get to have a different
Unlearn.
perspective about my views on homosexuality in general. I think back to your statement to say, can we make Africa G again? I think what this means is, can we be more tolerant towards the minorities? Because if you look at what we're doing to minorities in Africa, it's not different from the racism that was done to us. It's not different from the colonialism and the apartheid, the separation of minorities. It's not different. It's similar in that just because you have power to hate other people doesn't mean you need to use that power to hate other people. Maybe the issue that we're having in Africa at the moment is we may disagree with the LGBTQ community, but why do we have to put it in law to punish them? Because I personally do not agree that you can use the moral card to make legislation against these minorities. Because if we're going to talk about issues to do with morals, what is moral to you is not moral to me. So why are we putting it in a law? We can use a similar argument on alcohol, which causes more harm to other people, and why isn't it illegal? So clearly this is not about the morals as most people claim. I think the hate towards the LGBT community is embedded in religion. And if we're going to be more tolerant towards this community, I think we need to talk about it. We need to listen to people who are going through these things more often than the people who have no idea the battles that the people are going through. That is my submission.
Right, thank you. And you actually brought back to me one of the reasons why I do this, and reasons why Africa is I like to talk about this subject, especially when it comes to do with Africa, because Africans are busy creating laws. One country has the death penalty for the LGBTQ. They recently, this is laws that people are starting to do, to bring into their constitution against the LGBTQ. The same countries that are doing this have many people living below the poverty line, right? They've got a lot of people living below the poverty line, but the government's priority is the LGBTQ. So the death sentence, you are going to put to death someone because of their sexuality. I mean, come on. Ghana just recently, I don't know if they finally passed it in Ghana, right? It's in Africa that people are so anti the LGBTQ that they will come together, them and their government, and create laws against it. Come on. If your government's priority is the LGBTQ and nothing else, they're so quick to make these laws and pass it as soon as possible, right? But everything else they don't bother with, then I'm sorry, your government, they don't like you very much. They are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I would have an issue if the government of the country I'm in would rather be focused around the subject of the LGBTQ than anything else. Listen, anyway, never mind. But this is an ongoing conversation. And example, Nigeria. Since Nigeria had that the law that they've put in Nigeria, I don't know what year it came in, right? You have this law criminalizing the LGBTQ. Until date, nobody has been tried under that law. Nobody. Then why bother? Why bother? You just make yourself
I
go
think it's a very
backwards for no
difficult law
reason.
to implement because you need evidence to take somebody to court for what we call in Africa we call them unnatural acts. How do you implement this law? Because most of us are sharing rooms with friends, sharing housing units with friends, family, whatever, and there's just no way of policing these laws. So if it means somebody has to catch people in the act, it means you have to violate their right to privacy. It means you have to violate the constitution in the first place. So it's a stupid law that doesn't make sense. How do you implement it? How do you implement it without having to infringe someone's right to privacy, which is a constitutional right in most African countries, if not all of them?
Yeah, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be hard to yeah, there's the word I'm looking for. The word is gone. I can't find it. But never
Yeah,
mind.
it's okay, everyone. I want to take my leave right now. It was nice being on stage.
All right, Mr. Eddie.
All the
But
conversations were
Mr. Eddie,
yeah.
you sound like a nice man, and listening to you, I don't know. My impressions, listening to you. All I want to say to you is, Mr. Eddie, just live your life. Be your authentic self, whatever that looks like. Don't be afraid, right? Do not be afraid to, um, to that part of you that you've kept locked up and hidden away. It's like a dare, right? What's the worst case scenario if that person comes out? What is the worst case scenario? What's the worst that can happen? Right? Um, I would rather that you are your authentic self than anything else. And that's where I'm going to leave you. Yeah. But I wish you all the best, Mr. Eddie.
Okay, thank you very much. I've been on your live before, and I hope to engage more in further topics. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, you're welcome, Mr. Eddie. You're welcome. And the same applies for everyone, right? The same applies. Sometimes I heard a story. Some of you might know this particular gentleman. His name is BC Alimi. BC Alimi, he is one of the gay activists in Nigeria, but he's not in Nigeria. He lives in the UK with his husband and their dogs. He now has a wonderful, fantastic life, and he's very vocal. He's very active. He's married to his husband, right? And those people that say, "Come to Nigeria and see what will happen to you," he's always in Nigeria. He's always in Nigeria giving talks and going for events and things, and nothing happens to him, right? So he told a story one time on Clubhouse when he was growing up as a younger guy in Nigeria. He the boys on the street will make fun of him because he was very effeminate. He's always been that way. And so boys will laugh and laugh at him. They will mock him and, call names and do all these things. When he's, out and about, these boys in the area there. And so one day, the main leader of this gang comes looking for him and saying, "Oh, that he's got these feelings and he just doesn't know how to process them." And what? And he says, well, he was a very handsome man, and yeah, and the two of them had a like a pact between them. Okay, during the day, we don't know each other, right? You can go back to being the one who's mocking me and the one who's um the one who's after me or whatever. But then at night, we know where to meet. We will meet each other. And so yeah, that went on like that. The person who was daytime, he would be in the group, right, jesting, making mockery and all these things. And at night, he will come for his they get together at night with nobody knowing. And so, but he said something. He said he's not saying that the people who are anti the LGBTQ, every single one of them are repressing their real feelings. He would not say that that is 100% the case. So, but he was saying this is his experience. How is it that the person during the day that was so vocal about the bigotry and you're gay, you're sissy, you're all these things, but at night, that's who you are. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So yeah, that was the story. And it just because sometimes I wonder when you see some people expressing all this very toxic hate, you have to wonder, where is it coming from? Where's that? So yeah. Anyway, I've talked too much. Miss Lou, hey, these cats.
Hi, everyone.
Miss
Hi,
Lou.
Miss Afro. Thanks for having me and the host and the panel. I always follow you, but it's the first time I'm actually, compelled to see something. Hi, Rev. I follow Rev wherever he goes as well.
Rev.
Yes,
Rev.
I really enjoy when
Rev.
he is on the topics,
Rev. You've got a
Someone,
fan.
similar to him, I've gone to school, educated myself. Don't insult me with nonsense. So I am really, really with him with that. I'm sorry that Mr. Eddie, I don't know if he's still in the comments, but I just wanted to maybe piggyback off after something he said about the story with the young man when he was much younger and he had this very close relationship, I would say, with this young man. I think a lot of us growing up have these types of relationships, and we say that's best friend, that's our bestie, both men and women. But I find that when it comes to the same sex, who are against the LGBTQ community, the first thing I think they think about when they see or hear of two same sex together is the actual act, right? Especially more on the male end, So from the time they think of, or hear gay or hear homosexual, I think maybe sometimes they picture it in their mind of the act and what is the act like.
Yes.
But for me, it's more than an act because I identify as a straight woman. I sometimes kid around and I say I am a gay man trapped in a woman's body. I love men, all right? But there have been times where I have been drawn close to females And it has nothing to do with wanting to get into their beds. It was their spirit, their personality, their skin, the way they carry themselves, the way they dress, the way they smelled. I was highly attracted, always wanted to be around them, always wanting to talk to them, right? Maybe I might be considered bisexual, but I don't think so, right? Because the act never crossed my mind. No, if the act was to happen, I won't mind because there's already this innate likeness for this person. And I remember in growing up, it has happened to me many, many times, right? And I think people go through that, but especially those who don't want to be attached to the stigma of, the gay community, they just put it off as that is my friend that is going to work out with, or that is my drinking partner, or that's the person I go and I play ball with, you know? So for a lot of people, it's really sometimes about the person's intellectual, presence. And, yes, physical, they may be. Like, I had a hairdresser. I would go to her every week and I didn't need to because she was very attractive. She's married, but I also like to look at her. Never
Okay.
once thinking about going to be in bed with her. All right. And she was my hairdresser for years until she migrated, you know? So I think this is another aspect too, that some people would want to take it further, right? Now, if she had made an advance, who was to say? I could have chosen to go that way because I found her attractive, right? So I think that, a lot of the persons who are so adamant, they are against this, it's so wrong, and you all will die in flames of hell or whatever, I think they think about the act. What is the act? Especially two men together. What is that? But then sometimes it's just the person's personality that drew them, and the act was sometimes the last thing that happened, right? Some of the longest relationships that I know of are between same sex. I have a very good friend. He's also from Jamaica, but he's living in the UK, and he's married 17 years. They have businesses together. They travel. He's actually married to a Trinidadian guy. Wonderful couple. I know of another auntie of mine. Well, not blood auntie, but I call her my auntie. She is married to her roommate, because long time they say that's your roommate, for 45 years. And some of the healthiest relationships that I have seen. So they also have a good foundation to adopt children if you don't want to bring in children naturally as well, right? So I just wanted to add to that it's not always about the act, because that's the first thing a lot of them, how you could lie down for our next man. They say things like that. How you could, get naked in front of another man. Sometimes it's not that. It's just their presence, their aura, their spirit that it's, attractive to you. Okay, so I just wanted to add that for Mr. Eddie when he spoke about his experience. Thank you very
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Someone says it is still wrong. Black Prince. I mean, I wish you would come up and tell us why you think it is wrong. Hey, Atheist Cat.
Black Prince, please come up and tell me why you think I'm wrong for existing as the way I am, please.
Oh, I am here. I just didn't have any reason to interrupt the fine conversation at that moment.
Hey, Buzzhawk. Oh, long time no see, Buzzhawk. Someone is saying on YouTube, someone is saying the highest domestic violence cases are between lesbian couples.
Don't think that's true. Give
Do
me
you
half
have
a
a
second.
source for that? Do you have a source for that? And if you do, I would love to read it and see what it's about. Lesbian couples, really?
Got it.
Sorry,
I know what he's referencing. Here's the problem.
Yeah, go on, please.
He's
Sorry,
using a
Sorry, go ahead.
Before you continue, can I just ask everybody, can you please give the host for the wonderful advocacy work that she's doing here for the LGBTQ? Can we get her live goal? Can we complete her live goal, and maybe we can set a new one as well? Thank you. Sorry.
Thank you. And please, nearly 30K likes, please. Just tap, 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 tap. We're so close to 30. So close to it. All right, go on, please. I need to hear this. This is important for me.
There is information stating that 44% of lesbian, 61% of bisexual women experience some form of SA, as compared to 35% of straight women, 26% of gay men, 37% bisexual men. Here's the problem with the numbers. The percentages is of their group versus the number. If you're talking about the number of people, it's by far other groups. You can also look and break it down to other demographics, such as you can look at, is race a factor? Is it or is it not? There's so many different factors that's trying to suggest that sexuality is a factor in SA is unproven. That's the problem.
We've got Black Prince up here. Hopefully they will connect. Black Prince, if he doesn't connect, okay,
let's
there we
give
go.
thanks to the ancestors them.
Pardon?
Hello, Black Prince.
Good day, greetings. This is a discussion I have seen you all brought up last time we had a conversation in this podcast video. Now, first to begin, when we look into nature, we could obviously see that it takes a male and a female to procreate, just as it takes a male, a man, and a woman to bring forth life. Same
Except
as
that's
the
not
ant.
necessarily
The
true.
ant represents the
Wait a minute,
the
Black
ant
Prince, do
symbolizes
you know what
life.
asexual reproduction is?
No, you educate me on that, brother.
Sure.
But I was
I
saying
want to actually
something.
hand this up
you
to. Hold
just
on.
cut me off.
Stop.
I didn't finish
Stop
what
for a
I was
second.
saying.
Actually, I am, because you just made a claim, and I want to pass it up to Phil because this is more his area. If you wouldn't mind, Phil.
Just one second.
You said I made a claim on what? You said? What did I make a claim on?
One second. Is it possible to just let him speak? Just make a note of his of
Sorry,
the
Afro,
points.
you're right.
No, it's
I
okay.
apologize.
These guys, just make a note of the things that
So all right. So
just
going
let
further
him.
in what I was saying, okay. So when we also look into also the Colonial Bible, although I do not take that Colonial Bible literal as before, but however there is some truth in there, okay, and at the same time it has error within there, okay. It also condemns that, okay. Even the Bible tell you Sodom and Gomorrah was burnt of the filthiness. That city was burned down, flat down. That was the judgment for the people there. Although they told them to turn away from the action, they did not. All right? Although people have the right for the choice to do as they please. But at the same time, I will say it is wrong. Reason for again, it is wrong. Because what example are you now going to put out there to the youth? Are you going to tell the youth there to their faces that it's okay for two men or two women to be together? Is that the example we're going to be putting out there? I don't think so. Morally, that's not right. And if we want to see a positive society, we can't mix that kind of negative into there. That doesn't look right at all.
Oh boy.
If it's positivity we want to send out in our society. You get me?
Black Prince, you've just told
Please
a
tell me
lie.
you're done. I'm about to explode.
Okay, go on, Atheist Cat. Explode.
So much wrong with everything you said.
Yeah, so
Just
give me
all
you
the way.
said you wanted
You got
you
done.
Hold on,
mentioned
please.
something earlier.
You need to
mentioned something earlier to me, so educate me on that, bro.
Stop for a moment, Black
Yes.
Prince. We let you talk.
And Black Prince, you need to let Atheist Cats talk, please.
Okay, first off.
Yeah, I said educate
Sorry,
me
Vessel
now.
wanted to say something. Vessel, go
I
ahead.
don't know about.
Wait, hold on. Who wants to say something?
Well, Vessel was talking, so I want Vessel to continue.
Go on, man.
Well, thank you, Atheist Cat. I'll just be real quick. Black Prince, everything you said is completely wrong. That's not the reason why those two cities were destroyed. You need to find out the real reason and stop peddling lies on the internet, because that's not what happened right there. Another thing is LGBTQI people have always been there. They'll continue to be there. It has never affected your life. It has never affected anything to do with your life. So I don't understand why you can say it's still wrong. It's never affected your life in any way. Right now, gay people are not affecting your life in any way, shape, or form. So I don't understand why you're saying it's wrong. Several years ago, they said it was wrong for a Black man to own land, to be able to come online and speak freely as you're doing. That was wrong too. And it is wrong to judge people based on things that they cannot control. Go on, Atheist Cat.
So are you telling me, I heard what on your last statement you make there, okay? As a matter of fact, right, there was a church I used to go to some years ago, and they happened to have two gay fellas there, and they are born again Christians. So how can you tell me people cannot change?
Okay.
As a matter of fact,
So,
they are born again Christian people. So what are you telling me now?
If they're
So
gay.
let's start with the beginning, and I think we need to go over step by step. The very first thing you came up with, we're talking about
Educate me,
in nature.
Just let him speak. Just mute
All right.
yourself. Mute yourself
So the
and let
first
Atheist
part-
Cat speak.
Yeah. The first part you try to bring up is that in nature, it's man and a woman, or male and female, to cause reproduction. That is not always true. That is true for some species, but not others. You need to learn what asexual reproduction is, too. That sort of activity isn't always for reproduction either. There are benefits towards that sort of activity outside of reproduction. It's already brought up some good more thing, but the thing I found interesting is you had no problem calling it the colonial Bible. So I'm assuming you're following the idea that this is from colonists, but you're getting your morality from a specific section of it. I'm wondering if you get your morality from all of it, or just the parts that fit your preconceived notions of what's right and what's wrong. Also, you're asking about the morality, if this is what we want to teach our children. Do I want to teach my students and the people in this world that it's okay to love somebody if it's a consenting adult relationship? It doesn't matter because I'm not part of it? Sure. So, what I want to bring up ultimately, and I think this is the key one, because it's not about nature that's your issue. It's not about anything other than your personal viewpoint of what is moral and what is immoral. And it appears that you get your morality from your Bible. Is that correct?
Not all of it.
How did you determine which parts of your morality you get from the Bible and which parts you don't?
Right? Like I said, right? I do not take the Bible literally like I used to take it.
You
But the
took Sodom
Bible
and Gomorrah
does-
literally.
The Bible does have some truth at the
Wait a
same
minute.
time.
You claim Sodom and Gomorrah is literal. How did you come to that conclusion?
I didn't say it was literal.
Okay.
Right?
So
I brought up that as a reference in what I wanted to say.
the
I
problem
brought it
is
up.
we can also state that wasn't even the proper reference because Sodom and Gomorrah
That's why I brought
wasn't
that up.
because of homosexual
True
activity.
into
That's not why it
facts of
happened.
evidence of. Come again?
Sodom and Gomorrah,
said?
as stated, was not destroyed due to homosexuality.
But he never read it to know it wasn't about
Yeah.
sex.
Only for that.
It wasn't
only for that. Yeah, it wasn't only
Black
for that.
Prince.
I
Black
brought that up
Prince.
as reference.
Black
Okay? It was
Prince.
not only
Black
for
Prince.
that. It was
Black
Black
other
Prince.
things.
Hold
Black
on.
Prince.
Hold on.
If you're bringing
Black
up a
Prince.
reference, it's kind of important that the reference is correct. You gave a reference
All right,
that's
go.
correct to the situation.
So that scripture about Sodom and Gomorrah never mention anything about homosexuality. They talk about multiples of sins, different types of sins, but they never mention homosexuality. And I know you always want to go and run around and say it was because of being gay, but it never said anything in that. Guys, the pastors and them just say that, but it never said that in the scripture. You need to read it and stop putting things into it as if it was there when it was not there.
So let's get down to the real core of this. Black Prince, could you tell me why homosexuality is harmful to a society? Prince, are you there?
Black Prince?
You're currently muted at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, so people do have the choices of what they want to do, but at the same time, if we as people are grown-up people, we want to see a positive society, a positive, right, country or continent, whatever it may be, we have to be that example. We have to instill discipline within ourselves.
Okay,
And
problem.
it's just that if someone cannot
Wait a
discipline,
minute.
if you're not
No,
disciplined,
Prince,
you
Prince,
cannot raise
stop.
any
What was my
child.
question to you? What was the actual question I asked you?
What's the question?
Okay, so you didn't hear the question. My question to you was, at the core of it, why is homosexuality harmful to a society?
Yeah.
Give the reason.
So it's not right. It's immoral.
How
right?
did you decide it's immoral? What's the harm? What's the harm factor?
Well, you not look the way you're looking at it is that right. As long as it's not affecting anybody, it should be okay. That's how you be looking at it, right? Which I could agree.
When I asked
This
for a
is very
specific,
simple.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Is that what you're suggesting, right?
What I'm suggesting is you're claiming it's immoral. Immorality tends to have some sort of harmful effect. What's the harmful effect of homosexuality?
The harmful effect on that is right. We are showing our youth out there, right? Where chances where they could have traces of that within them. Now, with sometimes a child could have traces or tendencies within that with them, but we still have to let them know, right? That may be something that you may want to have a choice of,
At
but still,
no point
it
are you
should not
actually
be.
telling me the specific harm.
Can I answer for him?
I don't want you to answer for him. Let him answer himself. He's the one making the claim. You are making a claim that it's harmful to society in some way. What is the actual harm?
It's not harming anyone. Come to think of it, when you look at it.
Okay.
Right? It's not doing
Then what is
anything
it your
to nobody.
business?
It's not doing no harm because that's the answer you wanted. So I'm going to give you the answer.
It's
It is
not the answer
doing
I
no harm to
wanted. I
nobody.
just wanted you to tell me why you think it's immoral. What's the harm in it?
Looking at that closer, right? We want to throw positivity and that
You keep
light.
telling, okay, then
is
I'm going to use your words then.
important.
How is
Although
homosexuality
it's no harm
negative?
to nobody.
No,
I don't
we'll
find
do,
it's positive.
Prince, we'll use your terminology.
Yes, it's not doing
How is
harm, but
homosexuality
it's not
negative?
positive.
How is homosexuality negative? Since you want to use terms like positive and negative. Is homosexuality causing you to have bad Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi right now. That's what I'm on.
Right. Great, you're back. I'm using your terminology now. How is homosexuality a negative?
It's negative in terms of when we look at it's not incompatible with nature, right?
Incorrect.
And you cannot
Immediately, that's incorrect.
Incorrect. Sorry, incorrect.
I'm passing it to Phil.
You want me to take this one, atheist cat? Sir, how is it incompatible with nature, sir? Are you saying that they're among the other mammals and species, it does not exist, sir?
No, it does not. But although I have heard.
Wait, stop. How do you know it does not? Did you go and do the research?
No, I have not done the research.
So how can you say it does not? Because now you're being disingenuous. I'm making a statement. Now you're making a statement that you have no evidence for, and you're just stating your feelings. We deal with evidence, sir. You have no evidence that it is, but we have evidence the contrary that it is part of nature. And it is an easy 5-second, sir, listen. It's an easy 5 seconds Google. Easy, I've done it. Easy 5 seconds Google, sir.
So Phil, it's weird how they
Yes.
say how it's unnatural to nature. Hold on. Hold on.
One second.
Prince,
Excuse me.
Black Prince, hold on.
Hold on, please. The lady is speaking. Okay, let her finish, please. All right, go on, Chichi.
Yeah, so Phil, it's funny how they say how it's unnatural to nature when we have animals that are gay in nature, right? They have many instances, even birds, insects, animals, fishes, everything, right? Snails, they are unisex, anyway. Yeah,
And
dogs,
dogs,
yeah.
and dogs.
So the dogs
Tell
on
me
my
about your
street,
dogs.
yeah, the dogs on my street. It's only a bunch of male dogs on my street, and guess what they do? They always humping each other. Always humping each other. Yeah, always. But he will want to sit here and say, "Oh, the animal's not doing that." When I seen every bloody night these dogs and them humping each other in the street, and all of them is males.
Those are some naughty dogs. I need to comfort their asses. Can you imagine?
I know.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, guys. Just to add to what Black Prince was saying, since he thinks that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because of the sin of homosexuality, well, why is it that when Lot and his 2 daughters, the daughters drugged their father and ended up raping him, and they had children, why is it that God did not destroy them then? If he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah based on sexual immorality, why were these 2 children and their father not destroyed?
Hey, Juad, how are you? Hope you're doing okay, Juad. Sodom and Gomorrah has nothing to do with the LGBTQ. Nothing to do with the LGBTQ. It's not. That's the lie that they've been saying. They've told people, oh, when people talk about LGBTQ, the first thing is Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom and Gomorrah. But that story, it's absolutely crazy how you will demonize a marginalized group of people because of a story in a book, in one ancient book, a fairy tale. Oh man.
Afro,
Can I
tell
stick
them
my
about.
point so that I can move along with my
Sorry, Calvin, just one sec. Afro, tell them about the naked man found with Jesus.
Oh.
They don't know that Jesus was caught with a naked man. They don't know that Peter was with the disciple who Jesus loved on a boat, naked. This was when Jesus was supposedly unalived. So Peter and the disciple that Jesus loved went on a boat together.
And all this you find in the Bible. Okay, Colin was about to say something. Was it Colin? Who was it? Kelvin, sorry.
Kelvin.
among so many negative impacts the LGBTQ family can bring to the society, but this would be one of them, which is
the negative impact.
Yes.
Of the LGBTQ.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, go on. Negative impact. Okay.
One of them could be one of them is an extinction of the human race.
How?
That's if you let me talk without like asking me, because I just want to talk and learn.
Okay, guys, let's let him. The extinction of the human race.
Absolutely.
The LGBTQ. All right, go on and tell us about the extinction.
Because in order for a life to come, I'm talking about human life. I'm not referring to animals nor species of plants that reproduce asexually, because that point is totally irrelevant to human reproduction. In order for human life to come to exist, a man and a woman must meet, and of course we know how these things are done in order for a life to be. So if you look at it, there's no combination of the LGBTQ family that might be able to bring a life.
Sure.
And
Sperm donor.
and the idea of saying this is just let me finish, please. When I finish, I'm going to stop speaking, then you can talk. Yeah, so what do I want to say? Now I've forgotten what I want to say because of interactions.
Well, I think it's important we go point by point instead of you trying to list a whole bunch of things.
Okay,
and the
yeah, go on.
brought
Yeah,
up.
go on.
So,
Really?
Kelvin, have
Yeah.
you ever heard of artificial insemination?
Yes, of course, absolutely.
Sure. So, with an artificial insemination, we can now dismiss your claim that if everybody happened to be homosexual, that we don't have a way to reproduce. We do.
Do you know how much that cost? And do you
By the way,
if everybody was
read
homosexual,
about? Have you stated your point? So
wait a minute, Kelvin. What does it cost?
Have you read about what could go wrong? Disadvantages of artificial insemination, and
it's actually free in my country. It is actually free in my country, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know where you're from, but the rest of the world is quite very.
Yeah,
no, the rest of the world.
They're just making claims, not the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Right, because a lot of countries in the world have universal healthcare. There's only few countries in the world, like I know some countries in Africa and America, do not have universal healthcare, but majority of the countries in the world have universal healthcare. So these things are free.
But that's
Kelvin. Do you think that if humanity suddenly all became homosexual, that humanity wouldn't have people understanding that to continue the species, they might have to volunteer, and they might not enjoy it, but they might have to perform the act with another voluntarily so that the species could continue?
Why do you want the world to get to a point where
well, Kelvin, I'm just using
it's a hypothetical.
Wait a minute. The problem, Kelvin, is
just like
what you just suggested. Hold on, Kelvin.
It's a hypothetical.
Let me explain what I'm doing. Let me explain what I'm doing real fast. You came up with a very unbelievably unrealistic scenario that all of a sudden the whole human race becomes homosexual. I've just given you a solution around it that can be seen as just as outrageous, because instead of dealing with the situation that actually exists at hand, you want to take it to the extreme, to the absurd, to try to make a point.
No,
so how about we stick with reality? So how about we stick with reality now instead of?
Should I tell you what reality is? Reality is.
Oh, wait, let him finish now, Kelvin. Kelvin, let him finish.
We have an idea of roughly the population that tends to be homosexual throughout history. It doesn't they're not big spikes or anything. It tends to be kind of a static percentage. You're trying to claim that percentage will suddenly become so large that the human population would go extinct. Do you have evidence for that claim even possibly happening right now?
Absolutely. Should I tell you?
Oh, really? Whoa.
Okay.
Human knowledge in science. So you're talking about scientific information based on this sudden explosion of homosexuality that will end the species. So I would like you to tell Phil your scientific evidence.
Can I say something? I'm going to say something very quickly before he does that. You see, the thing is, because people are so concerned about things that they shouldn't concern themselves with, they unfortunately lack knowledge when it comes to how people actually get, they do things, how people, the LGBTQ, right? Because of the need, right? Some people having the need to, or no, the desire to have a baby, and there is a need between themselves. These people have communities, right? They have communities where they help each other. They help each other in this process. There are families of four. They're not living together, but it could be two gay men and two lesbians, right? Come together and decide, okay, We want to have a baby. We want to have a baby on this in this family, and they want to have a baby, and together they decide to, raise a baby between all of them. They know how they do it. They know. Listen, this is all just people have found a way to bring these things to they manifest these things, right? Between themselves. And there are websites. I've been on one of such websites where the website is specifically designed for people that want to reproduce but are LGBT in the community, right? You go there, it's like dating. It's like a dating app, right? You go there, you put in what you want. You say this we are a um uh, same sex, we are a couple married how many years, and we would love to be able to have a child, and this and this is this, and when someone puts the thingy there, a woman, there's some people that don't want to have children of their own, but they're willing to donate their eggs. There are women that are willing to be surrogates. There are women that are willing to, just help a couple that cannot have babies, right? Or that can between themselves cannot have. And so, look, people have found ways, and they're doing it already, right? Between themselves, they are doing it. Why? How do you think same-sex people have babies? Recently, I don't know if anyone knows Judy. What's her name? The Brat's in the US, right? Married her wife, and today they got a baby. The Brat was pregnant. I never thought I would see the day when I would see the Brat pregnant. So listen, going extinct.
Also, it's amazing how we've reached over 8 billion people with all the homosexuals around, right, Kevin?
More than these
Can I-
people
can
can
I also
instill in
add-
our society and live in that lifestyle.
Sorry, can I add? Hold on. Hello?
Hold on, please. Toby's trying to say something, please.
Can I also add that I believe it's North Korea? They're literally going extinct because all of their women and men are well over the ages where they can have kids. And they are, I believe, quite a lot of them are heterosexual. So your point is completely void.
Your point is totally irrelevant.
Wait, Kelvin, before you speak,
Kelvin,
right?
to not be rude.
Toby.
No one was
Yeah, so
rude.
Toby.
Yes.
Yeah, so Toby, that is because Ranu Kelvin want to try to say that is something to do with gayness. It's nothing at all to do with gayness. That is because the women in over there, they refuse to procreate with the men. Then that don't mean they're lesbians. They're not lesbians. They just don't want to have any children anymore. That's all. They just don't want to have kids.
Precisely.
It's the 4B movement, isn't it? The 4B.
Yeah, that's what I was trying. My point, what I was trying to make is that he's saying that if everybody became homosexual, that this will happen. These ladies are not homosexual, and like you said, they are choosing.
When did I say? When did I say if everybody became? I don't understand. Like, why are you saying what I didn't?
Yeah, but
say?
how will people go extinct? How will people go extinct? That's what you implied. That's what you implied. That's what you implied. That's what you implied.
Calvin, you did say, and that's why Atheist Scats responded the way he did. You did say, trying to use your hypothetical, that extreme hypothetical that you were going to use.
How about we give him the benefit of the doubt? Kelvin, wait a minute, hold on. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Could you tell us what
Rev, I have a
of the
question I want to ask
population?
you, bro.
Hold on, Kelvin. Could you tell us what percentage of the population needs to be homosexual for your situation to be true?
I don't know. I don't
Rev,
know
I have
how
a
many
question
percent.
to ask you, bro.
Hold on now. Hold on. Too many people speaking at the same time.
Exactly. Do you know that the amount of gay people has constantly increased over the years, And
Is
if
the
this
actual
continues in this
number,
way,
wait, Kelvin, is the actual number increasing or the acceptance so that people are free to say
I
they
don't,
are?
whether they are free to say or
It makes
what
a
they're not
difference.
free to say, that's not my problem to do it.
Kelvin,
So
that's actually the issue. For example, here's an example.
this
You know
continues,
autism rate.
Kelvin,
Let me
come on,
explain.
let him speak. Shush.
Things like autism rates,
he's not letting me
depression.
speak.
These things, I'm trying to explain to you why they go up. It's not that there's a sudden spike in this. It's because we become either better at diagnosing, better at identifying, or more free to talk about it. The actual
It is that I
numbers
want to
haven't
add to that, right?
right. The actual numbers haven't like exploded. But Kelvin, getting back to your whole argument really was it would cause human extinction. So when I ask you what percentage of the population needs to be homosexual to reach extinction, and you say you don't know, it makes me think you haven't thought your argument out.
Sorry, can I just interject?
So
Just hold on, Elijah. Miss, sorry, Chichi, go on.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, I need
I
to
just want
clarify
to add
something.
on
Hold
to,
on. I need to clarify something because it could be taken the wrong way. GDK product. When I was talking about diagnosing and stuff like that, that wasn't referencing to depression and autism. The part about being more accepting was for homosexuality.
Right. And I
So I
understood
just want
that
to
when
add,
you said it.
go
Go on,
Chichi.
Chichi.
Cat, right? So why you
Ooh,
don't
that's a
decide
big
to
dog.
bark? No,
That's a
yeah,
big
he's a
dog.
big dog. He's a big dog. He's a big dog.
That's a
He
big
barking
dog.
at here. So yeah, I just want to add to Atheist Cat, right? So when my mother was growing up, the church used to think that people with left hand, who's left-handed, are demonic and evil. So these kids that were left-handed, they will force them to write with their right hand. And if they catch them with their left hand, they will hit them with a ruler on their hand. So my mother was forced to write with her right hand, right? In my generation, they do away with that nonsense. And all of a sudden you see like a spike of left-handed people. It's not because the church stopped, punishing people with left hands is the reason why left-handed people come out. It's just because left-handed people were always there. They were just forced to write with their right hand. So it will seem to you that, the people is like, I just want to use my left hand, right? No, they were always there. They always existed. It's just they were punished if they were caught using their left hand.
And for me, what these people don't understand is that they're giving themselves away. So if we accept, imagine if we all were to accept people for who they were, right? We allowed everyone to be their
what
gay
do you
self.
mean who they were? I don't
Excuse me,
understand.
Kelvin, I'm still speaking, please. If we are to be embracing of everyone, okay, just allow people to be themselves. The fact that anyone who comes here and says, people are going to go extinct, what they're basically saying is that they have the gay tendency within them, right? They are worried that everyone, I don't know how everyone then suddenly becomes gay. I don't know how that's going to happen. Because if you are worried that people are going to go extinct, what you're basically saying is that everyone has within them gay tendencies. Everybody, we could all just be gay together. So
Can I
how are you
respond to
worried?
that?
Are you worried about going extinct? If you yourself, if you are sure, if you are sure of your heterosexuality, if you are standing firm on your square that you ain't shifting, how are you afraid of people going extinct? Make it make sense.
Okay,
Sorry,
I'm
sir,
going to
can I-
respond to that.
can I
So
say-
I,
can I
I
say
live in England, and that is part of the UK. And there's a whole new module in England, a whole new module in England in schools, in colleges, and in universities.
A whole new what?
Module like subject. For
And-
example, so in universities we say module, in
A
schools they
module,
say
a
subject.
module, okay.
Yeah, so there's a whole new module teaching children, I mean people that are less than 10 years old, that they are not the right birth they're not the right sex they have from birth.
You are a liar.
That's not true.
Kelvin,
That is not true. That is
excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, guys, excuse me, excuse me, Kelvin, you are a liar. No, Kelvin, I'm not going to let you finish. I live in the UK as well. And you are a liar.
You work in education.
You are a liar.
Have you seen school and what you're saying is
have you seen the module?
Do you work in?
Have you seen the module, Kelvin?
Yes, I have.
Actually, you're lying, Kelvin, because I know
80 scats. 80 scats, please.
Do you work in education?
Yes, we've got 80 scats. 80 scats does.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually have the source. You're talking about the new regulation for teaching relationships and sex education in England that passed in 2019. It does not, however, describe what you are talking about.
Okay, hold on.
What it's doing is expanding and explaining one thing. It doesn't say to your child, "Hey, you know what? You definitely aren't the right gender."
So
That's not what it does.
Atheist, can I please? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but there's some things have changed. Sorry, Calvin, one moment, please. This is what's happening in the UK. From the ages of 6 years old, the curriculum is as follows. They're going to be taught a book on gender expression called The Boy in the Pink Dress. That some boys can be masculine, that some girls can be a bit. So some boys can be feminine. One moment, please.
Kelvin, I'm going to put you down.
Okay, so what he's referencing is a book that was written called The Boy Who Wears.
It's not just, but atheist cat, it's not just that. The UK
So do me
has
a
now
favor.
passed a
Wait a
ban.
minute. Do me a favor.
1 second.
Can you tell me what source I can look at that shows that's the curriculum?
No, hold on. The UK has just passed a ban on
Could
teaching
you
gender
show me?
identity.
No, I don't want to take your word for it. That's the problem. Show me a source.
If you go to ITV,
Tell me
good
the,
morning.
stop for a second, please. Can you stop for a second? We don't want to take your word for it because so far what we get is hyperbole. What we would like, stop, Kelvin. What we would like is a source that shows that is the curriculum.
It's all over BBC News because right now the UK has banned teaching gender identity in schools. It's a big
let's
thing
check
right
that.
now. It's in the news. It's literally all over the news in the UK.
I've not seen it myself.
Elijah.
Pardon?
I've not seen it, and I've got a child in primary school, and nothing has been like that. I know exactly what's on the curriculum because I work closely with my daughter's school. I want to know what exactly she's being taught, and that is not on there. What children are being taught about? What children are being taught about is, for example, expression. Boys can wear dresses if they want to.
Yes.
Men can wear dresses if they want to. Ladies can have beards if they want to. That's the kind of level of education that the children are being taught.
So do you not see the irony
our
in that?
differences. Their children are not being taught.
What I'm saying that they're introducing it from year one. They're introducing the boy in the pink dress.
Incorrect.
They teach about gender expression.
No, stop, because I'm looking at the information you just claimed is there.
Can I say, please, can I say that Kelvin is trying to imply that teaching these children how to be LGBTQ, that's not what I hear is they are teaching these children acceptance. They're teaching these children to understand the difference, right? They're going to encounter, they're going to come across two families that are different from themselves. They're going to encounter people that are different from themselves, right? That's what I am hearing. Nobody's teaching anyone who can be gay.
One moment, because I'm looking at the sources he's referencing. Here's the
Kelvin.
Kelvin,
please.
Why are you calling my name?
Here's the information.
No, because mute.
This is
After I have something to say too. No, come on, please. Let somebody speak.
Why are you not letting me speak?
Because someone else is speaking, Kelvin. You keep on muting.
And we are gathering the information. Kelvin, we are gathering the information. Please mute your mic. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Please do not unmute. Baby, hold on if you cats. Kelvin, do not unmute. Thank you. Good. Drop.
The information I'm finding states in the UK that since 2020, sex education has been compulsory in secondary schools in England, teaching children from age 11. This would be the pupils will learn about legally protected characteristics such as sexual orientation and gender reassignment. However, there is an update now that they will not teach about gender identity. This goes against your claim that one.
No, that's just been recently introduced.
This goes against your claim that you made that in year one they're being taught the boy in the pink dress, which I checked the book. No first grader would be able to read that book. It's not a kindergarten book. It's not a first-time reader book. So the pieces of your claim are not adding up. Now, my wife is up. I'm spending time with her. Please teach this guy something more accepting than what he's trying to pass off. See you guys later.
There's a book that's been out for a while called The Boy in the Dress by David Williams.
Oh yes.
It hasn't been forced down anyone's throat or put into as part of the school curriculum. It's been out there for years, I think. But,
all I was mentioning is the fact because it's been on the UK news that they're only teaching about family dynamics to little kids about mommy and mommy, daddy and daddy, mommy and daddy, and that particular book has been also introduced as well to teach about gender expression. That's it. But most recently,
Elijah, I wanted to show you
about gender identity.
So one second. So Elijah, the book is teaching about gender expression, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. And they've now recently banned teaching about gender identity now in school. That's the most recent one that's now been banned. It was banned just recently.
Teaching somebody about gender expression and gender identity is not telling them you that is learning about this. How about you go and put on a dress? No, that's not the case. That is not the case.
Was published in 2008. It's been out for years.
Chichi, go on.
Yeah. So what it is, Kelvin talking about being a part of the school curriculum. That is when they're talking about curriculum, right? That is thing you're going to get graded on, that going to your subject. Well, over here we have CXC. That is not a subject that's going to be in CXC, right? So it's not part of the curriculum. What we have here, and my daughter been through, and even I, is adolescence development. Right. So that is a section that the kids will have a period that will come and talk about social issues and stuff in the world, and part of it is different sexuality and different races and different culture and identities, right? In the people you will come across in society and different family structures. So it's not really part of the curriculum that they're going to get graded on. It's just a subject that we will talk about, so they will learn about the world around them and the people that they're going to encounter in the world, because when they finish school, they will go on into the world to work, and they'll have to be in part of events and stuff, and they'll meet different people in society, and it was teaching them how to behave and how to accept other people in society, because they don't know what it is they're being taught at home by their parents. They may be being taught bigotry at home, so I'm teaching them how to accept people in the world and unlearn the bigotry that they may have learned at home.
Can I just apologize? I got the name wrong. It's The Boy in the Dress, as I said. I've got two sources, one from the BBC, because they've got a documentary about it, and they've also got the KS2 one. And the other source that you guys were looking for the recent ban on gender identity literally just came out as of 21st of May. It will be this ban discussions of gender identity in classrooms, because they feel that children are too young to be able to absorb that particular information. For me, this feels like Section 28. I can't remember the section that Margaret Thatcher introduced, that ban teaching about homosexuality in schools. It feels like the same thing again happening for trans people.
Absolutely crazy.
I think it just depends on how they had put it together in terms of what exactly they were going
in
to
the
teach
curriculum.
Children, because they're quite strict about certain things. Because at the end of the day, there are children that are coming from households with parents that are the same gender. So, I mean, it's out there. Everybody's doing it. Everybody sees it. We see transgender people every day. My daughter is aware of a transgender person, and she doesn't say, "Oh, look, mommy, look at that man." She doesn't say that, because she's aware of these people existing, that they're part of our community. Why? Because at school they've discussed this. So it probably is just boiled down to how the report was written and how they said they were going to deliver the subject.
It's about teaching children that there are different people from yourself. And if you have these kind of feelings, or you find yourself feel you're different, right? There is nothing wrong with you. It's nothing wrong with you. You we accept you. We you got a safe space, and it's about, I don't know, I've never had a problem with this being taught to children. I've never had a problem with it at all, right? Because the way I see it is, this helps the child to become very, very rounded and very grounded, right? Grounded. Because you're teaching the child about the big, wide world out there, right? A lot of things that they didn't teach us. If they had taught a lot about some of these things, maybe we would have been less, we'd be less hateful. And so I don't know. It's just sometimes I just lose the wheel.
Yeah, I would have
Sorry,
to.
can I please say one more thing? I'm so
Hold
sorry
on,
because
hold on.
obviously
Who was that? Someone said they will have to say what?
It's me, Toby.
All
Hi,
right.
I'm so
can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Elijah, do
yeah.
you want to go first?
I just wanted, because obviously Atheist Cat felt like I was being disingenuous or was like I was lying, is because most of the sources that I'm getting are actually coming from BBC, or those are my sources anyway. So on YouTube, there is a video called "Should LGBT Lessons Be Taught in Schools?" Back when we were going through Brexit, well, the only good thing about Brexit that came from it was the fact that they were passing new legislations after we left the EU and we transferred all our laws into UK laws. And they said that they would introduce teaching LGBT in schools. And I've been following this ever since back then. So there's a video on YouTube called "Should LGBT Lessons Be Taught in Schools?" from Good Morning Britain on ITV. That's where it covered a lot of what I was knowing. Again, my apologies for saying the wrong name of the book. It's not The Boy in the Pink Dress, it's The Boy in the Dress, because I say this all the time in my lives.
Okay,
and
okay.
also at the same time, the recent ban on gender identity was as recently as 21st of May. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah,
This year.
I've not heard of that one. No.
Yeah, that book has been part of the KS2 school curriculum since 21st January 2011. So it has been
that David Williams book, yeah?
Yes, that David Williams, published 2008, and it has been part of the KS2 curriculum. I'm sure it's going to continue to be, because hey, it hasn't really been banned, is it? It's not saying anything bad. And here it says the lesson covers themes of prejudice, gender stereotypes, and homophobic bullying. So this is bringing to light that it's wrong to bully people who are different to you. It is wrong to judge people who are different to you. The same thing that Black people fought for, those same freedoms and rights, it's the same freedoms and rights that LGBTQ community is fighting for. And if you can't see it, then I don't know what to say to you. I can't deal with such people. I hate homophobic people.
Same
I can't
here.
stand them.
And that's I agree with you. And guys, it's past 1 a.m. over here where I am. It's late, very late, but yeah, this is an ongoing conversation. We will continue to have these conversations and follow Elijah. Elijah does fantastic work. Elijah does lives where he speaks on this particular subject, and amazing advocacy. He does amazing, right? In fact, his advocacy includes taking down the bigots.
guys that endorsing this thing there, I just want
Taking
to
down the
know,
bigots. Endorsing what?
are the guys that are endorsing this thing that
Nobody's
we've been
endorsing
talking
anything. We are accepting people for who they are.
The guys I speaking to, Rev, what's his name? Rev and the other guy again, Elijah.
Afro, these are the same people that say
I don't
women
know.
shouldn't have a voice.
Hold on,
I
I
don't
want
know
to hear
if-
this. I want to hear this. I want to hear this. I want to hear this.
Right. I not gonna cast judgment, but by any chance, are you fellas involved in that lifestyle?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm a Jamaican man accusing my husband of being gay.
Hold on, 1 second, guys. Prince, I just wanted to know where he was going with his talk. And Elijah and Rev, you guys, please, you ignore that question. What's a moron?
Yeah,
How
I
do you come?
ignored that
How do you
question because
come
he's a
asking
moron.
people, are you involved in that lifestyle? What is your business? These are the people that want to know what people are doing with their private parts. What is wrong with you? A grown man in 2024
As I can
asking
say,
another what they're doing
like
in
what
their private life. Are you crazy?
as I can say, like what we did on the live, we are all gay. You know, Gigi, we are all gay.
Yeah, we're all gay. I mean, come on now, we're all gay. Please, let's put some flags. Put some rainbow flags in the chat. I beg you. Put some rainbow emojis in the chat, please. My goodness.
Afro, I wanted to say before you go, because I wanted to talk to that Black Prince, because he's mentioned something, but atheists kind of cut him across, right? I want to tell everybody, when they come across Jamaican people, do not listen to them when they're speaking for the whole Caribbean, because he was going to say in the Caribbean we don't do this, right? That is a lie. He's talking about in Jamaica, because in my country was the first Caribbean country to decriminalize the LGBTQ community, and we also have a gay parade. And for he to come and say the whole Caribbean don't agree with it, stop the lies. I don't want you all listening to these Jamaicans when they're spreading lies about the whole Caribbean. The whole Caribbean is not Jamaica.
And Barbados have had a gay parade too. So gay parade, and recently the High Court struck down the bigoted law against homosexuality.
Black Prince is in the chat saying he is not gay. He loves women till he dies. Well, do the women love you in return? Do the women love you in return? No, do the women, he loves women, but do they love him? I mean, think about it now. If they were to give you, women, Toby and Vessel of Dishonor, if someone like him were to come and approach you, will you?
No.
Hell no.
See?
Hard pass.
You see?
No way. No way. I can't deal with a hateful person.
No one wants you, bro. Nobody.
It's the biggest walking ick. A big ick.
Ish.
Absolutely not.
Ew, Toby saying that the biggest walking ick. Yeah.
Yay. Yay.
Anyway, folks, thank you all so much. I need to try and get some sleep. Thank you, Nana KM. I appreciate you all. And guys, these lives, this is not a live to tell anybody you should be gay. That's not what we do here. We don't tell anybody what to do with their lives. But we are saying that we are creating safe spaces for people, because we recognize that people have these struggles. We recognize that this is real thing for people, and especially from the parts of the world where we grew up, that part of the world, my goodness, there are people that are really struggling. They're really struggling. And so, yeah, you've got a family here. You've got people that accept you for who you are. You don't have to hide. You don't have to, shut the door and just, lock yourself in. We're here. We're here. We're here for you. Okay? Right. Hey, Suzanne. I just seen Suzanne in the chat. Anyway, folks, you all, thank you all so much, everyone, for watching and engaging, and good night, everybody.
Good night.